How's everybody doing? Hello. A little bit of a different type of stream today because I'm not in a theme park where it's just like craziness. But also, I want to talk a little bit today about my adventures last night over at Universal Studios, their Halloween Horror Nights, which I keep wanting to say are Hollywood Horror Nights, but no, it's Halloween Horror Nights because they have it in Orlando, and yeah, yes. But anyway, so I streamed last night for anybody who didn't see it, and I realized that that's a pretty intense experience, like 45 minutes of like lights and screaming and all that stuff. So I wanted to sit here today and give people a chance to ask any questions or talk about the event at length. I am working on a vlog for it now, and I was actually able to record in the houses, which I thought was not. Hello, Justin. How you doing? Thanks for popping by. So if you guys have any questions about the event or just theme park stuff in general, let me know. Hey, Rayanne, how you doing? And to your 8-month-old granddaughter, hi, hello, how are you today? Yes, yes. And I also have this. I'm a little older one with me. I love it. Just walk around with it in the park and just like. Oh my goodness, yeah, yeah. So yeah, a bit of a late stream last night, and I know that most people are not used to those. So I was like, yeah, I'll stream for a little bit because I said I would. But again, if you have questions, let me know. When did I first go to Universal? Justin, the first time, like Hollywood, do you mean? Is that the one you're talking about? If that's the case, 2020, I believe, was the first time I went to Universal Studios Hollywood. Yep. It's the first time I went. And I actually have a video of it on the channel. It's the first Universal video, I think. Hey, Tanya. Yes, it was fast. What can I say? I want to make sure that you get your content. You know what I mean? And also, I felt bad that I streamed so late last night and no one could be there. So here I am again. Hello. Coming to you from this beige wall. I like it. Exactly. So again, if you have any other questions, please ask about the event. I'll talk about it at length if you guys would like. I could talk about all the houses, but again, a lot of that will be covered too in the vlog coming up. But as long as you don't mind the redundancies, I just figured there's some people out there who don't want to maybe watch the vlog itself because it'd be too scary or too intense. Your honest opinion, is Universal Orlando worth the flight out there? Okay, I will be able to fully answer that once I go back because I've only ever been to Islands of Adventure. But I'm also going to Disney, so we can talk about those too. Hello, is that Carrie? Hi, Carrie. Or is it Kari? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Hello. Hi. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, hi. Forgive me, it was a late night. I don't even know what time. I got to bed at like 3:30. So cool, let us know. Pokemon says yes, it's worth it. Islands of Adventure is really cool out there. But I've also heard Diagon Alley is kind of worth the admission to. Carrie. Okay, I was right the first time. I thought so. I was like, when we met, I thought you said Carrie. So I'm like, it's hard for me. Thoughts or opinions on the rumored Fast and Furious roller coaster coming out? I keep hearing about this. Yeah, Men in Black and ET. Oh, I got to do ET. I got to put that for sure. But I could see that coming. That would be really nice. I would like that. I would like it a lot. I wonder how serious that is though, right? I don't know. I would still like a Velocicoaster over here though. Watching Harry Potter movies thinking, hey Jimmy is at Hollywood Horror Nights, and I was up so late I didn't hear any alert for your stream, but I'm so sorry, Tanya. I wish you could have been there. I fought a Death Eater like off stream. We were doing like this back and forth, and he was like kind of flinging stuff, and I was like, like we had a good time. I like the Death Eaters a lot. They might have been my favorite thing. They were great. I was like, this needs to be a house. This needs to be a house. And it's too bad. They need to make a house. Death Eaters need a house. Think about a Harry Potter themed house. Oh, Chef's Kiss. That'd be Chef's Kiss to me anyway. Yeah. Hogwarts Express, exactly. Love Death Eaters. All right, totally. You're a Gryffindor? Justin. I'm not going to tell you, but you can tell me if you know. Mm. Yeah, Tanya, they really rushed us through the Death Eater place too. There's a lot of places where you could kind of tell they wanted you to stop and take pictures, but the team members, I think, were probably told to move people through pretty quickly. So, and they're getting near the end of the season, so I think there's a lot of just this kind of, not that they're done with it, but I can tell that, they know what they're doing. It's like, all right, come on, keep it moving. Like, it's like, okay. Yeah, right. I have a great shot in the vlog coming up of me looking backwards and a Death Eater coming through the fog towards me, like menacingly. It looked so cool. I was like, yes. So, very excited about that. Very excited. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for those questions. I love the questions. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Another one that I keep hearing about for rumors, there was two, and Fast and Furious wasn't one of them for the roller coasters, but I'm hearing that more and more now. Justin, I don't know if you're new around here. I forget if you asked. Oh, Pokemon. Hey, thank you so much. Pokemon, thank you so much, man. Thank you. Pokemon, I'm gonna need your dream team of 6 from the first generation. Who's your go-to of 6 Pokemon? Tell me. Remind me if we are you the one who likes Growlithe? I'm an Arcanine guy, so I love Arcanine. But thank you very much. This is very kind of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Not necessary, but I appreciate it. Yes. Yeah, I think we're gonna keep seeing more and more expansions. Need to make a whole house for them next year. Yes. Get demolished. Ooh, Mummy get demolished. Whoa. Whoa. That would be big. That would be crazy. If they do that, the idea of a Velocicoaster type thing, I think is, I don't know. I feel like that's such a good chance. Do you know what I mean? I would like to have it inside though. Like you don't have to make the exact same one. Harry Potter expansion is coming, Tanya. I feel it right here, right in me old chest. Yeah, I really think Simpsons. If it's true that the Simpsons license for theme parks goes up in 2028, I think that means that Universal starts thinking about demolishing all of that stuff. The problem is it is like you have to make a point that people can still get down to the lower lot. But I think Springfield's days are numbered. Diagon Alley will come. It'll come in a different form, and I don't know if there's enough room for Gringotts, which is fine. But Diagon, like, if there's more theming of anything in Universal Studios Hollywood, I think Harry Potter is the best. It is just truly it's just so well done. It's so well done. I've never seen anything quite like it. And I've been to Galaxy's Edge. Galaxy's Edge is great too, but there's just something about Hogsmeade that is just like, just feels so like, you know what I mean? And again, I know some people are probably here today looking, they're like, why are you not in the theme park? I'm sorry. I was in it last night. So, Bethany, can you tilt down for me for a second? A little bit? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, all right. Hey, Crystal, how are you? Crystal, thank you for being here. I did have a good time. I did. Yes. Yes, I did. Thank you so much. If you have specific questions, I'm happy to answer them. Or Simpsons should be in public domain. The public domain is weird. I don't think that would happen with Simpsons. Technically, that's usually 100 years. So that'd be like, what, the late 80s, early 90s or something? 2080. So probably not. See a nice restaurant going too. Yes. Yes, Tanya, I've been talking about that for a while. I think they really should put a nice one above Jurassic. Yeah. Which house did I go into? Which was your favorite, least favorite? We went into 5, I think. And we did not have we didn't have the Express Pass. Pikachu, Mew, Alakazam, Eevee, Gyarados, Zard. Charizard. Oh, I was like, who's Zard? Dude, nice. Good picks. You could have Mew? I feel like Mew's cheating. No, but hey, I didn't say you couldn't be that. I have a poster of Pokemon over here. It's first gen, and Mew is on the board, so that counts. So okay, so we went into Killer Clowns, Legends Collide, Scarecrow, Halloween, and Horror Hotel. We didn't do Blumhouse, Weekend, or or La Lorna or La Llorona. We almost did, but there were some people who got in our way, and then they closed it right as we were about to go in line. So maybe it was a blessing in disguise, because honestly, that one probably would have freaked me out the most. So we did 5 of the 8 houses, along with the terror tram, and then the little kind of scare zones and whatnot. Yeah, so it was a pretty good night, I think, all things considered. Favorite though, and least favorite. I thought the hotel was fine. Not that it's like least, like it's bad, because it was fine. Favorite, maybe Legends Collide. We got a fast pass for that one or an express pass, because at the beginning of the night we started there, it wasn't working, and they gave us express pass to come back. So we like went back and like walked on it. It was so nice. But I also like that stuff combining that and Scarecrow the Reaping. That one was just, I was like, ooh, that was a fun one. I really wish I could have taken my time it's hard because some of the houses, I think it was Scarecrow, it's like someone was like pushing me the whole time, and I wanted to be like, hey, like, but maybe they were getting pushed too, so I don't know. I'm not sure, but yeah. But for people who aren't interested in watching the upcoming vlog about it, if there's something specific you want to know about the houses, I'm happy to answer the ones I've been into. Yeah, Tanya, that was good. Do I get scared easy? Typically. But last night wasn't too bad. And the thing I noticed a lot of in the houses, and maybe this has always been this way, but there was a lot of the same type of scare where it was like you kind of would go into a room and something would pop out. There would be strobe light on the person or the entity, and a really loud noise. And so once, like, it always freaks you out, but it's kind of always the same. You know what I mean? So like every house I would go in and be like, yeah, but I know what you are. Like I know that situation. I know all what coalesced to make that. But yeah, I don't know. And there's a few effects in some of the houses where like, oh, I've seen that effect before. Yeah. It was funny going from Halloween, and then the very last one was the horror hotel, and there's like the same shot of like that they had of Michael Myers in one, that he's like kind of in a box, and there's like another creepy person in the hotel one that was in a box in the same way. I was like, oh yeah, I see that. Like I've seen that one. I'm like, okay. Yeah. But it really wasn't as terrifying as I thought it was going to be, because this sort of thing like kind of freaks me out, and I was like, I don't know about this. But and not that it wasn't well done. They were all really well done. But it was just more fun, I thought, than anything. Thoughts on the new Halloween Ends movie? Does it really end, is my thought. Having other people going through right behind you seems like it would make it less. Oh yeah, and there was typically like a concentrated people. Only the last house I went through, and I went through with Kaylee. I did not go through the Weeping Woman one. No, Tanya, I'm sorry. We were trying to, but didn't work out. But with Kaylee ahead of me, she kind of took the brunt of it, and the last house we went through, the hotel, there was a time where like there wasn't people in front of us, so it felt like you actually walked into rooms and people jumped out. So that was nice. I was like, okay, cool. Yes, so the rides are operating, and guys, get this. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. We walked past Forbidden Journey, and it was at a 60-minute wait. And then we walked back by it later, and it was an 80-minute wait. And I think it was because some of a lot of the lines for the houses, they were getting really long. And people were like, I'd rather wait for a ride than, wait for, 120 minutes to go into a house. But I was like, man, you can come back here, or you can do those rides at other times. I was like, why would I just, personally, I was like, you paid to come see the houses, Oh, Tanya, it would be terrifying. If you could do these houses without people in front of you or behind you, yes, it would. That is the way they were built and designed. Most of these ones, it's a train of people. And they try to kind of split it up sometimes. I mean, I give them credit. There's just so many people. I saw more people there last night than I have at any other park day at Universal. Personally, there were so many people. Tons of people. Rivers of people. It was like trying to merge into traffic. If you tried to cross like a street or anything, it was just like, I can't. Yeah. Intense. The best plan for Halloween Horror Nights is to go early. The closer to Halloween, it gets so packed. Yes, totally. Hey, Naomi, how are you doing? Naomi, how are you? Greetings. Greetings, Naomi. My best to you and to Jeff. Joe, sorry, Joe. Naomi's got Joe. Yes, Tanya's got Jeff. There we go. I'm sorry. Again, I'm very tired. Yeah, but so we went, so it was what, October 27th when we went, so we're just a few days away from Halloween. So not that far away, but yeah, I'm so glad we got to go. It was kind of cool. There was an energy in the air. I was like, ooh, spooky. Yeah, which I appreciated that as a man who comes from Halloween Town. Happening back when I was at the very back while walking through Mesa Not Scary Farm. Ooh, scary. Yeah, Rayanne, this wouldn't be so bad because if you had people you knew in front of you and then a bunch of people come up behind you, you'd be fine. Totally. Am I going to dress up for Halloween? No. No, I don't usually. I'm pretty scary as is, you know? I'm wearing a little Jurassic Park shirt. So, it's pretty scary, right? What you think? Would do the RIP if I want to go through all the mazes. Otherwise, only go through 3 or 4. Enjoy the ambiance. Exactly. Yeah, if you do that RIP tour, you're going to do everything. But even without doing that, I felt like we got enough done. Carrie, no, I haven't. But I was watching another vlogger, and he said usually Orlando is better, but this year he felt that Hollywood was better. So yeah, I can't speak to it. I can't. For some reason, I feel like the one in Hollywood should be like the best because that's where like a lot of like industry professional people who work on movies, you know, would be. But maybe they're too busy working on movies, or maybe the people in Orlando are just so good at it. I don't know. You know, like you'd think that you'd be like, wow, like, but I don't know. But also, when you make something for film, it doesn't necessarily look as good in real life. So I don't know. I don't know. Oh my gosh, Alexis! $1 for every gray hair you're in less. Thank you so much, Sam and Alexis. Thank you. Thank you so much. We haven't been in touch lately, and I'm sorry about that. I hope you guys are doing well. I really want to meet you guys up or in the park sometime. That'd be a real treat for me. I really hope we could do that soon. Yeah, that'd be great. I would love that. Thank you very much. From me to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Man, I just love talking to you guys. Okay, what am I missing here? Never done a horror night. You did Oogie Boogie. Not so scary. Yeah, not so scary. Good one. Good. Not so scary is good. Last night up just to pop into your live stream, but I still fell asleep too early, I guess. Oh, I'm sorry now. I'm sorry. I started way too late. We were so busy in the lines. We were in one line that took like an hour and a half. Everyone dressed in costumes. Oh, that's fun. That'll be a good time. Yes, I've heard of people doing this before. Weddings like on Halloween type of thing. Yeah. Power to them. Power to them. Probably wouldn't be my thing, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I started way too late, but I was like, I told people I'd stream, and I meant it. So that stream is there if you want. It's under the lives. You have to look under the lives videos, I guess. Tanya, that is funny. She's like, this backfired horribly. Everyone dressed in white. They're like, we're scary brides. Ooh. Thank you, Sam and Alexis. Yes, the Death Eaters. I think I could be a pretty fun Death Eater. They seemed like they were having a good time. To me, I liked them a lot, and I really wish they would make more. Good, Tanya. Thank you. I'm glad that came through. Because I was like, I'm just going to kind of walk around, and then it's going to be done. First news of Halloween Horror Nights usually come out. Oh, Agent X. That's a great question. I bet someone else here who knows more about this can answer it. I typically see that information like midsummer, but I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know also how they pick houses because some of the houses like Killer Clowns, that's more of like it's maybe happened before or it's kind of a staple in some regards via the coasts. But then they pick newer things to like the weekend. Make a showing of moral support. Naomi, thank you. I appreciate that a lot. You're very kind to me. Thank you very much. Means a lot. You guys mean so much to me. You really do. Yeah. Halloween Horror Nights open Labor Day weekend, and people released videos right after. Yes. And Tanya, I'm not sure if the question was like more about the news of which houses are coming out. I don't know. Merch stores show up late summer. Okay, yeah. Does Horror Nights sell it as fast as Oogie Boogie? Not to my knowledge. No, there's still. I think there were chances to still get tickets for Halloween Horror Nights. There might even still be. But Oogie Boogie, I think. Disney's a different thing, right? Like that Disney's hitting multiple different demographics, you know, because Horror Nights is geared towards adults. And so not like a kid-friendly situation. And I think there's even like warnings and stuff, and they try to make it more of like this is more of adults. There's a lot more drinking going on. There's a lot of scary things. Whereas Oogie Boogie appeals to all ages and, quick. Okay, Tanya knows these things. Oh, Naomi, you talking about my merch? Is that what you're talking about? Or just merch, like universal merch? Agent X, thanks for the question, though. And Tanya, thanks for the info. I'll try to keep tabs on that more because this is my first time going to Horror Nights, so I have not usually looked into this in the past. I've always been like, oh, that's kind of cool. They did have a house years ago where it was like Alien versus Predator. Now, that's a house I would have been all about. There's something about monsters fighting each other that is really appealing to me. So that's why Legends Collide is probably my favorite. I was like, yes. That one was great. I like that one. My merch, stay tuned. Probably early in the new year. I gotta change a few things, but yeah. Thank you so much for wanting to support. That means a lot. But yeah, I have a few ideas. How do I make an outline of the Matterhorn? Everyone loves a monster fight. You know what I mean? I love a monster fight. I like it. I love a monster fight. But yeah, stay tuned, Naomi. Stay tuned. These are great questions. Keep them coming, guys. I love them. If you have them. But also, how are you doing? How was your week? Did you have a good week? Oh, yeah? I have one in my closet. I could show it to you. Killer Clowns, I thought Killer Clowns was kind of funny, but I also talked to Tanya beforehand, and Tanya was joking with me. She's like, I like to wave at them, and they all did wave back at me. So I was like, oh, hi, Killer Clowns. My friend Kaylee was showing me the trailer for the movie, which I would recommend for a lot of these things. If there is a movie that you know is tied into it, if you can think to look it up, watch the trailer for it, because then if you've never seen it, you can get a little context for what's in the house, because if not, I would have been like, what is going on? And also, shout out to all the team members running the event, the people helping people get through the mazes, and the actual scare actors and all that stuff. You guys are incredible. I don't know how they aren't deaf. I know they're having the little earplugs, but the intensity and the energy they brought was impressive. I was looking, I was like, wow. I hope you guys are getting paid a lot, because this is a lot. So kudos to them. They did a great job. The clowns were screaming. Yeah, so it's funny because the person I went with, Kaylee, she really doesn't like just dark rooms. And like those are the rooms that are like transition rooms that like nothing happened in, and those are the ones that usually freaked her out the most. Tanya, I think so. There was one though, one woman in the hotel that was actually screaming. I could hear it when I walked by. I was like, that's a real scream. And I was like, man, is she doing that all night? Is she doing that all night? And also really impressed at how close they could get to your face without hitting you. There was a lot of like that, and I was like, wow, you did that very well. Not scary farm. I'm all done. I don't know what's scarier. Is Knott's? Do people consider Knott's to be as scary, more scary than Universal? I don't know. Tell me. Tell me. I would like to know. I was thinking of and thought, how is her voice? Exactly. Yes, that one. I was like, what? That one seemed very mishmashy to me. That hotel one. There was a few monsters in there that I was like, what? What is it? I don't know. It wasn't a problem. It was just narratively. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. And it was fun. It was totally fun. Yeah. But still, 5 houses and the Terror Tram in one night without any. I guess the express pass we did get for just because that one broke down early on, that did help a little bit. But still, that was a lot for one night without having full express or anything like that, or the RIP tour. You know? Yeah, Tanya, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, and I was thinking about that because, like, for me now, I understand what it is, and so I guess the draw going forward is like, what houses do they have that you really want to see it? Crystal, do we want to get into next week's plans? I can start talking about that if you guys would like, or I can jump back and forth. Doesn't matter. We did all the houses plus tram. I wanted to get my money's worth. You did. Yeah, my friend and I just were not willing to pay that, and I was happy to have it built into my Platinum Pass, which was crazy. Crystal, I'm probably going to be streaming a little bit. My mom's like, we should stream. Do you want to stream while you're down here? I'm like, yes. RIP instead of VIP, yes. So, Rayan, I think it shifts a little bit, but I was there. It was open till 2 a.m. It seemed like 1 or 2 a.m. Yeah, and we were in early. We got in around 5:30. And we had to wait until about 7 till it actually started, but you could line up before then, which was nice. Yeah, a lot of people getting out of the park at that time, so lots of people leaving, lots of people going in. But yeah, I was happy that it was not too difficult of a thing to deal with. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm glad we did it, and thanks to like a huge. That just goes to the to speak of the value of the Platinum Pass. Platinum Pass is crazy, and maybe it'll change next year. But like right now, it's just like having a horror night ticket built in, and I can show up almost any time to do that. That's nice. There's so much value, I think, with the Universal's pass system right now, and they know how to treat you well with that, and I like that a lot. Like I got the inscription on my wand here as part of being an annual pass holder, and that would be normally an extra fee. So yeah. You live close, you definitely go Platinum. Yeah, Platinum's sweet. And for me, someone who lives like close enough where I could go once a week, it makes sense. And I recommend anybody who gets a annual pass to any park, for that year, try to keep a tally, see how much and how often you go, and then next year you can decide. Not that every year is going to be exactly the same, but if you really feel like you get your money's worth one year, there's a good chance that'll be the same for the following year. So I do that with Disney and Universal. I keep tallies, and then I compare them. Like if I went and I did it a la carte, it'd be way more expensive. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm hopeful that I'm still happy to have an annual pass to Disney though. I love Disney. It's a different level too. Like, you know, I would love to see more of the appreciation stuff though. That would be cool to see in Disney again. We have to talk about Walt Disney World now. Talk about it now. All right. So I'm gonna put the wand down, and then I'm gonna pick it back up. So we gotta talk about that first. So here's the deal, my lovelies. I'm sorry. I don't know if I'll stream the first day, but next week I'm going. Yes, I am staying on Disney property. Here, I'm gonna go through it all right now. Here we go, and then ask questions if I don't cover something. Next week I'm returning to Orlando, Florida. Which is funny because a lot of the Orlando people are coming out here to the West Coast right now. It's like really, I'm like, hey guys, let's go. Anyway, so I'm going to Orlando. First day is Universal Studios and Universal Studios Islands of Adventure. I'm going to try to hit all the big thrill rides that are not present here in Hollywood. Also, though, things like E.T. and Men in Black, things that I've never experienced, the things that I would like to, things that, like, if I can do them will help flesh out my like theme park vocabulary in a way. One of the ones that I'm kind of like, do I need to do it as Rip Ride Rockit? I don't know. But anyway, so I'm going to do my first day there, and then I will be in Walt Disney World for about a week. Hey, Kimmy, welcome. Carrie's already here. Welcome. ET, so much fun. Excellent. And I will be staying on property. I'll be hanging out with the family, which will be great. And that means Mom is gonna be here. There, I'm gonna be with her. So nothing else really matters. I don't care if we like. I want to do some rides, but if I'm with Mom, it's like. So people be excited. And she brought this up to me. She's like, would you like to stream while we're there? Not only vlog, but would you like to stream? Because we can do that. So Mom's going to be there. Stepdad's going to be there. You guys get to meet my stepfather. Nice guy. Very interesting guy. Katie's going to be there. My sister. You guys have seen Katie in some of the vlogs in the past. Katie's going to be popping up. And also her son, Asher. He's about 4.5 years old. So it's going to be one heck of a group. Yeah, it's exciting. So I'm going to try to, I also, thanks to you guys, thanks for your support. Hey, Greg, thank you so much. Yes. Yeah, my mom is the best. She is the best. Thanks to you guys, I was able to purchase some more SD cards. So I have 5 SD cards, and I'm going to fill them all up, baby. I'm going to fill them all up. So my plan is this, and tell me what you guys would like to see, but I'm probably going to make one big Universal vlog. Can we mobile order some snacks for you guys? Oh, Naomi, that would be my family. They'd be like, what is happening? I'd be like, you just got to roll with it. You just got to be like, thank you. Yes, Rayanne, I'm so grateful that she likes to do that. But my question for you guys is, how would you like this structured? Because my thought is take the Universal day and make it one big vlog. Maybe that's the mega vlog. And then I'm going to be at all the parks because we have park hoppers. Maybe do at least one vlog for each park. So that's 4 more. And then whatever else happens. I don't know. Is there something you guys like specifically? You're like, no, I'd like to see one day where you do park hop and it's just one there. Let me know. Also, we have some reservations. We're going to Zibiergarten over in Germany. We're going to Crystal Palace. I don't know if those are separate videos, or would you like that just bundled in with another one? Please let me know, because I will remember what you type here. Do one vlog just for Harry Potter stuff? We'll see. The only problem is, Tanya, I only have so much time, and so, like... I might start at Islands and then run to like studios after I do a few big coasters and then like take the Hogwarts Express back to Islands. I don't know. Biergarten, so fun. You love Crystal Palace. That's good to hear. All separate. Just make 30 vlogs, Jimmy. I'll tell my editor to get right on it. Oh yeah, that's me. I'm the editor. Yeah, I can't promise I can like separate out the Universal Harry Potter stuff. We'll see what kind of time I have, but because I just kind of like I would like to get a bunch of stuff done. Franken editing, yeah, right. Halfway through one of my days, I'm just like, we gotta shoot a new intro. Hey everybody, it's me. I'm in Universal. I was already in Universal. I'm back in Universal. It's the same day. Roll the intro. Oh, goodness. I'm excited to go to Diagon Alley because I'm going to be bringing this, though. I'm going to bring my wand. I'm going to try to do a little spell casting. Yeah, so I'm excited. But please, what you guys want all separate, though, for the parks, Because, yeah, if I do that, that wouldn't be too bad. And also, there's going to be a lot of time that I'm not going to vlog just because I want to be with the family. I'm trying to make sure that I don't get in that mode. I've been like that in the past, and I don't want to be like that. Hard to get in the moment, totally. Yeah, I'm going to Florida. And for people who don't know, I went there a ton as a kid. I was very, very lucky to get to do so. So I am very familiar with Walt Disney World. Very familiar. Does the ceremony happen every day? Flo, that's a great question. I believe so, and it seemed like it was happening multiple times a night at horror nights in Hollywood. And I did it on the live stream, so if you want to see that and how that looks, it's over there. Because I actually didn't vlog that. I saw them all leave at the end of the night. They all put their chainsaws up and they're like, we're going to bed. Yes, Rayan, that's great. Okay, totally agree. I think it's called home cooking or something. Really good fried chicken. Is it home cooking? I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Flo, the lines, they did get a little rough, but towards the end of the night, they were pretty short, which was nice. But early on, it was pretty typical to see an hour plus for most. Yeah, just the truth. Tanya, no, I am not. A little inside information for you guys. I will be flying through the night, and then I'm going right to the park, and then I will be going to Walt Disney World property that evening. That's how I roll, and I wanted to make sure to get you guys the best amount of videos, so I will, and I can't complain because I'm going to a theme park. Like, come on. So it's not that big a deal, but so no, I'm not staying on Universal property. I'd love to. Universal, if you'd like to invite me over sometime, I'd love to come hang out. I can come back. I'd love to. Yeah. Crystal, you know me. You know the pain then. You understand. You gotta do it. Gotta do it for you guys. I do it, and not just for me, for you, for everybody. Yeah, I'll sleep on the plane. In my group total, there will be 5. 6 if you include Bethany. I do. Um, right, Tanya? Thank you. If anybody knows higher ups, I am not above you. Sending out an email, that'd be great. Filming for part of a vlog. Oh, you want her to be in charge? Do you want me to give her the camera and be like, Mom, vlog? That'd be great. Bethany's great. I told them I was like, my cameras are my +1. All 4 parks that day, and I only made it to 2. Ooh, Crystal. Yeah, I guess if you did like the flight and then, oof. Brutal. Brutal. It's a lot. That is a lot. Joy, let me make some emails. Thank you. I never know if people are joking or not. Also, thank you guys for like not only being here today, but I know this is kind of like a boring, bland background, and it's not like in the theme parks you're seeing stuff. So thank you for just hanging out with me. It really does mean a lot. Shelly. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Shelly. I'm gonna do my best. All right. And I'll try to let you guys know beforehand. I don't think the first day I will stream at Disney, but maybe at Universal. Not joking. Well, thanks, Joey. Appreciate it, man. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. And is there any park like I feel like Magic Kingdom is like a no-brainer to stream it. Is there any one that you guys want to see though? Tanya, no, for Bethany. Naomi, you did, I think. Oh, Tanya, thank you so much. Bethany? Bethany, do you want to say anything? You want to say thank you? Okay, there you go. That was nice. Thanks, Beth. Thank you, Tanya. Very kind. Bethany, that means you get to have you get to recharge your battery tonight. You get a little food. Yeah. Does anybody else talk to their like devices or their car like that? You give them gas and you're like, hey, there you go. You ate. Just casual conversation. Just you and me and Bethany. That's a song, isn't it? Oh my gosh, I feel like that should be a song. You and me and Bethany. She is special. World Showcase at Epcot is my favorite, so different from any other. And the older I get, Crystal, the same way. That's how I feel. I used to, as a kid, I was like, oh, it's so boring. Why do I care? I don't care about this place. But as an adult, there is no other place on the planet like Epcot. And people love to give it a hard time, but it is really, truly special. I have a lifelong friend I made through the German pavilion, and that means so much to me. And every time I walk by it, I think of him, and I miss him. It's just like how if you can't take your kids around the world, Epcot is legitimately a great place to start. That's a way to get them not only to appreciate technology and agriculture and just sea life, but the different cultures of the world. It's a great springboard. And I honestly attribute a lot of my worldliness to someone who has not really been out of the country that much to my experiences with Epcot, which sounds weird, but it's true. So thanks, Epcot. You're great. I'll talk to them. My car is named Sport. Oh, Sport's a great name. Naomi, by the way, I'm going to make that Jurassic video for you eventually where I name every dinosaur. I have the name of one of the Dilophosauruses up here, and I think it will be rather funny. Side note, they did have dinosaur noises around Jurassic World last night, just kind of in the bushes, like the Dilophosaurus noises, and I was like, ooh, that's a great touch. Little things like that play big for me. I'm like, ooh, I like that. I like that. Yeah. hmm Naomi, if you make a suggestion to me, guys, or you say something, it stays right up here. I can't put it into the pensieve, you know? Um, Sometimes I wish I could, take away a thought like that, but I can't. What was I gonna mention to you guys? Okay, yeah, but so I will be there this coming week. So that means maybe not as many videos. I'm gonna have at least one video for you guys that I'm just gonna throw out. It's not a super long one, but it was viewer requested. So again, I apologize. I don't want to let you guys down, and I want to make sure you get your money's worth and time worth just being here. So I'm working on that as we speak. Because I have that video. I'm going to put out the Horror Nights video most likely tomorrow. I have a super special video for Sunday. I'm very excited about it. Let's see. We were at DCA just the other day, and Alexis had her eyes peeled for you. We were there riding Monsters Inc. or Monster After Dark. What? You were there and you were looking for me? Did I ride? I did ride. I did. I rode with Kaylee. So the video where Kaylee and I go on, they didn't want us filming on there. Sometimes they let you, or sometimes they don't care. But yeah, it's fun. Genie Plus, no. To be honest with you guys, I'm not a huge fan of those. I get why certain people like them. We're just all familiar enough with the stuff that there are certain things. It's like we don't need it for things like we're not going to need it for Rise of the Resistance. We're not going to need it as a group for Rock and Roller Coaster. Pirates of Beignet Challenge video is on its way too. Naomi, please reach out to Mr. Chris Provost about that. I will do it with him. I think that'd be very fun. I think Chris and I would either become really close after that, or it'd be the last video we'd do. I don't be like, I spent all day with this guy on a boat. I love you, Chris. I think he's in Iceland right now. Crystal, totally. Yeah, some of the lines get so long. Totally. A bit calmer now as far as heat. Yeah, that's the hope. I'm going to watch a bunch of first timers, and I wanted them to do with a bunch of first. And I want as much as we could do. Exactly. Yeah, Crystal. And if you go with more than 2 people for their first time, it's probably a great consideration. Yes, we have. Okay, so we have only gotten 2 so far. We were looking for some other ones. I would love to bring my family to Sanab. It's kind of a big ask because you have to go quite a distance, and also it's a little more exploratory, adventurous food. So we're probably just going to be doing the greatest hits. We're trying to get into Teppan Edo, which is a hibachi grill. Many of you probably know about those in your hometowns, but there's something about Teppan Edo that is just something hits harder there. Let's see, what was that? Kimmy, I have no idea. I have no clue. Nice. You went to Iceland a few months ago. Oh, you both, yes, Kimmy, obviously you both did, yes. There's an app that can snatch reservations for you, huh? Midsummer Scream. I've heard of that. That's a big convention, right? I haven't been to too many conventions. I've been to a couple. Cons can be fun. There's a lot of overlap. The thing is, like, again, I guess for me, like D23 is a really cool, interesting idea, but it's hard because you get all the information faster at home. I'm not saying I'll never go to one. If they invited me, I would love to, but it's just one of those things that there's so much stuff going on that I'm just like I want to cut through it. And I'm like, where's the parks info? Like, what's going on with the parks? So yeah, yes. Hmm. Also, thank you for we have so many people here. Thank you also for the likes and stuff. Thank you, appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. I watched D23 live on YouTube. It was really nice. Yeah, right. It's chill. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I want to do food ride challenges. The only one I would do is probably the beignet Pirates one. I had that idea a while ago, and then someone else suggested it to Chris on a live stream, and I was like, I had that idea, but I think a lot of people have had that idea. And I'm like, Chris, I don't know. So again, go after him in the comment section of his videos. Which I did make a brief appearance in one. Chris and we kind of joined together in a way to fix a small issue at Disneyland. And I think that we did. I made a formal complaint. Well, not a complaint, a suggestion. And it's been fixed, it's been remedied. But if you want to know what that is, you got to go watch this video about it. And it's like it's one of the last ones I put out. Oh, really? Crystal, can you tell us which agent you used? Did you like them? A Disney cruise? I would love to, Tanya. One day. One day, that'd be great. Yeah. It's just not in the cards right now, timing-wise, money-wise, so on and so forth. Yeah, I know. I have the quality of one of the big streamer vloggers. Just, we're getting there. Any update on your Mario essay? I'm excited about that too. It's on my whiteboard. The only thing is I had to put that down below this other thing that's coming out on Sunday as an essay, because the Mario thing is an essay that I've been working on a lot. So yes, between that and the vlogs and work, my editor is just slowing down. Nice. Okay, cool. Good for you. Oh, going to Paris. I know some other people are going to Paris soon too. I'm like, good for you guys. That sounds fantastic. One day. To be honest with you guys, I'm sure Paris is cool. I just want to go to Disneyland Paris. People move or travel. Oh, okay, cool. I'd be seasick. I've heard, Tanya, that they do a really good job, and maybe Carrie and Kimmy can back me up on this, but about stabilizing and making sure it doesn't feel like you're rollicking, like at Luigi's. Oh my gosh, how has this already been 48 minutes? You guys are so easy to talk to. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I walked around last night with this and I felt so much better. I really did. I should have walked through the houses and be like, back Michael Myers. Back. Imperio Michael. Yeah. Get Michael to do whatever I want. Michael. Go get my car. Give it a wash. You have this supernatural killing machine and you're like, go wash my car. That's funny. That is funny to me. Yeah. C-bands take Dramamine, but the Disney Wish we couldn't feel it move at all. Yeah, and some of those ships are just so big that, it's hard. And I know in the past they've used stabilizers. I don't know if they do that anymore, but I would love to do it someday. That'd be great. The thing is, most of them do leave out of Florida, unless I'm mistaken. Because if it were something that was like, yeah, they're always taking off from over here in California, I'd be like, sure. But I don't know. Did I have nightmares, Naomi? Not really. Left the light on a little too long. Like I went to sleep, light off, heard something later on, and then turned it on without realizing it, fell back asleep, woke up and realized the light was on, and I was like, yeah. So, yeah. Is the Disney Wonder ship. Gotcha. Relief Band. And I know my friends over at Unlocking the Magic love Relief Band, and they say it really works. I have not tried it yet. I just really like those. I like Unlocking the Magic. They're seriously the best Disney podcast or Walt Disney World podcast out there. And they talk about them. They are sponsored by those guys, but they're very honest, straightforward people, and they wouldn't recommend something that's bad. So I've even been like, oh, maybe I would try that, but I would love to like get those and then try them and be like, all right, how many times can I ride Forbidden Journey without getting sick? Oh, just from San Diego. Okay, cool. Okay, guys, here's the deal. Here, you want to hear a little more inside baseball, some more thinking? Here's my thought. It's probably not the cruise line right away. I want to go down to San Diego. My stepfather was like, I want you to go to the San Diego Zoo and film a vlog. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. But they are also doing this Jurassic World exhibition, which is really neat. So I'm thinking maybe next year at some point, I can't promise anything, but I might try to go down there for a weekend and try to kind of hit up multiple things. We'll see. Seasick sailing. I've gotten seasick on a docked military ship. Oh, Tanya, I've been there too. I've been there too. Jason, do I get people scared? A little. I don't know. A little. Also, happy belated birthday to Entertainment Landfill, everybody. Please give them your love. Uh, okay. Yeah, I might go check that out. That might be a fun video to do. So I will keep you guys posted about that. The thing is, it's just far enough away for me to San Diego that if I did a day trip, it would be a long day. So it's one of those things where it's like maybe I should fly down on a weekend or midweek and, stay somewhere cheap and kind of do the zoo one day, do the exhibition, and then come back. So I don't know. Yeah. But I will try to keep you posted about that because I want to start doing some more stuff. I've had someone very close to me recently said he was like, I would love to see you do more things outside of the theme parks, but I know you got long drive with traffic, yeah. But I know most of the people who watch the channel love the theme park stuff. So what I might try to do is sprinkle in things here and there that are more kind of like, not necessarily like full tip videos because I'm not necessarily that guy. But I can give some information out for people who are visiting the first time. Like, if you wanted to drive up to the Hollywood sign, how would you do it? Like, stuff like that. Your birthday next year. Ooh, yeah? Disney Cruise Line? From Cape Canaveral, so I can visit Kennedy Space Center. Ooh, I've heard Kennedy Space Center is sweet. I think I went there maybe once as a kid. Kennedy Space Center. That's really cool. How are we doing? Are we doing good? How's everybody doing? Are we feeling good? We'll keep going. As long as Bethany's cool. Right, Beth? Thank you again for that money for Beth. It's almost like a theme park. It's so big and has the Skylift ride. Yeah, Tanya, I went there. Naomi, okay. Yeah, oh, don't worry. Some of that stuff's coming. Not necessarily Pokemon, but thank you, Naomi. I'm glad to know you like that. And Pokemon probably likes that too. Okay, Space Center is amazing. So, Tanya, fun little story. My mom and I went back. Elle, hey, Elle, how are you doing? Oh, thank you for dropping by. I hope you have had a good week so far. My mom and I went to San Diego Zoo when I don't know how old I was, but probably like 13, 14. And it was like we were there with other family members, but they wanted to go shopping or do something else. So my mom and I went to the zoo. So we go up into the zoo, we get our tickets or whatever, and someone is trying to sell us on the bus. There's like a bus that used to take you around, probably still does, where you can pay and they kind of drive you around the park. They'll stop, you'll get out, you'll look at some of the animals for a few minutes, and then get back on the bus. Keep going. And this person's like, yeah, it's a lot of walking. It's many miles. They're kind of like trying to scare us off. And my mom and I kind of looked at each other and we had this like understanding of like, yeah, we're Walt Disney World people, so this won't scare us. And we're like, we'll be fine. And we were totally fine. We were like, yeah, we didn't need to buy that. So we were happy we didn't. We were just happy walking around. And yeah, that's kind of a good memory that I was, it's come back to me right now. Whew. She bought me this book, this kind of bigger book that just it was like this kind of like composite paper that you could just draw on. And I remember just being so excited about that. And I just really appreciated that. So yeah, I've had a lot of great adventures with my mom, and I will have many, many more. You lived in San Fernando Valley your whole life. You get up to the Hollywood sign law. You didn't know how to, and you don't know how to get up to the Hollywood sign. You'd watch that. Okay, Crystal, I know how. I did it twice recently. Where parking exactly? Lots of steep hills. Oh, Artemis launch. Is this a boat thing? Is it a ship thing? People get really frustrated on those cruise videos if you call a ship a boat. I know they are different. I know they are different. Yes, Tanya, exactly. You got to know who you're going with. You got to know who you're going with, right? Yeah, that just was not our group. So that's my funny little story about that. Halloween party, but forgot to dress up, and you tell everybody you came to the party as your doppelganger. Jason, I haven't done that. Have you done that? Oh, rocket to the moon. Okay, sorry. Oh, that would have been cool to see. Launches are cool. Launch. Aren't humans kind of nuts? Aren't we crazy? Like the amount of math and science and everything that goes into like taking like this technology and shooting it straight up into the sky. Like any Halloween plans? Editing. No, mostly the Halloween Horror Nights stuff. Both zoo and safari park. Tony, it's tempting. Tony, are you down in San Diego? I forget. I forget. Teach me. Teach me, teach me, teach me. You are, Tanya. Tanya. Maybe we can meet up. That'd be great. That'd be cool. Where are Tanya and Jeff at? You're like, where? You're like, where are they? They're like, yeah. A lot of nice people from San Diego. I gotta admit. I must admit. Yeah, but yeah, I'll try to figure that out because it'd be a right pleasure. Ooh, rocketry. Are going to a haunted car wash. What? That's amazing. Oh, Alexis and Sam, thank you so much. Know that I appreciate you both, and I hope one of these days we'll run into each other. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me. It means a lot. Thank you. Thank you. Have a great weekend. I hope you do. Have you dressed up as a ninja? Jason, I love these questions. I don't think so. Not a full ninja like that. I've had some Naruto garb. Yeah. Alexis, next week. Next week. And Sam. Next week is when I'm leaving.
Sorry, something went wrong.
Not that one. Legitimately freaked me out. We're not talking about you. But because you had to be in it, Alexa, please tell me a joke.
What do you hear when a dragon sings? The fire alarm.
Oh. Which one do I have? I'm borrowing it from my friend Al or Albus. This is the Elder Wand, and on it, it says adapt and overcome. I had a guy in the park while I was live streaming the other day compliment me on it, and I maybe gave him too much information, but I was like, thank you very much. I was like, thank you. I've noticed a lot of Elder Wands out there. I was thinking, like, not a lot of people probably get the Elder Wand, but maybe a lot of people get the Elder Wand. I don't know. But yes. Dragon Scales? Oh, that'd be a good one, too. Tell her to mind her own business. Mind your own business. Mind your own business. Please. Good. Hey, if we made her laugh, then we did it. Great job. Bye, Sam. Bye, Alex. Yes. That's it. listening. It's my buddy Jeff. Jeff's always listening in on me. Like, Jeff, just come hang out. Jeff wants to hang. He's listening. That's fine. We put these things in our home and they're always listening. I've had her go off sometimes when there's just nothing else going on. And I'm like, someone in the house. Ta-ta for now, Naomi. My best to Joe. Whoa, your cats can do that? How? Do they go up and meow at it? And it's like, that's freaky. That is freaky with a capital F. Which there's some kind of weird cat people last night at Halloween Horror Nights as part of the show, I should say. People did not come in dressed up as cat people. They're all like, It's like, this is not scaring me, but it's intriguing. They're right by Norman Bates' mother's house. It's like, oh, she's got a cat problem. So, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm like eternally holding this. It was the Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, and the cloak. The invisible cloak. Invisibility cloak. Harry was lucky. He got like a really good one right off the bat. My thought is with the invisibility cloak, I guess you have to wear it for it to go invisible, but like what if just one time it went off and you just couldn't find it? Last Disney vlog, can you actually buy the same corn dog mix Disney uses? It's called you can. You can buy it. It's called Dipsy Dog. Really, Tanya? Ooh, it was delicious. It was delicious. Last Walt Disney World visit was in 2021. Crystal, I have vlogs on the channel if you do want to see it. It was like a year and a half ago. May of 2021. Because we came out here first to the West Coast because I was looking to move out here at the time. And now I am out here. And then we flew all the way over to the East Coast. So I've made that trip as a red-eye before. So, yes. Hey. But yeah, I hope that answers your question. Hope that answers your question right there. Oh, we had another, you foster. Oh. Cat people will make you laugh. Fair enough. Yes, my protection for Halloween Horror Nights, yeah. I did bring it around with me. Not into the houses, though, again. Those scarecrows were so nice. They just want a hug. And there's like a cool Anubis in the Legends Collide. Man, Legends Collide. I was talking to Kaylee about this, and she was like, and I get it. You know, you wait so long for one of these things, and you go through it in like 3 or 4 minutes. She's like, I want just one house that's like 40 minutes long. I was like, man, that'd be super long. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, Crystal, it's a lot. I remember going from here, West Coast, all the way to Florida that first day and going to the park. So you can see it, like we filmed it. And at the end of that day, I was just like, my brain. Yeah, like we went straight to Magic Kingdom. Drop the bags off and go to the park. Go to the park. And that's what we did. Intense, but we did it, and it was a fun time. Yeah. The last trip we went was great. The trip before that was really good too, where we brought my buddy Joe and my friend Haley, his wife, and Katie were there. It was like the first time I went as like an adult group, and it was a lot of fun. Work on a studio tour, yeah, nice. After getting off the plane, yeah. Nice thing with the studio tour is that, like, thankfully a lot of that, well, there's a bit of walking too, but a lot of it's just sitting. And you can kind of do it in 3 or 4 hours, and then you're like, all right, now I can go back to the hotel. If you go right to one of the parks, it's like just being family number one, of course. See, Tanya beat me to it. What am I looking forward to most besides being with family? and sharing the experience with you guys, of course, 1 and 2. Um, some of my favorite attractions. My top ones in each park, like Space Mountain, Dinosaur, Living with the Land. Uh, and I don't know if we'll do Tower of Terror maybe once, but Rockin' has a special place in my heart, and it always will. And it'll be funny to be in a place that pretends to be Los Angeles and be like someone who lives there now, and I'll be like, yeah, this whole queue is very they're doing construction there all the time. So those things for sure. But yeah, and I think it'll be the little moments, too, where the things you don't expect, where you're, sitting on a bench, hanging out with the family, or an unexpected thing happens, and I don't know. But yeah, it'll just be nice to be back in that park. But I think it'll also make me appreciate Disneyland in a new way too. The Magic Kingdom is so big and expansive, and everything's so far away from each other that Disneyland I think can feel cramped to people coming from Walt Disney World. But I love that intimacy and how close everything is. So I don't know, but I'm excited to get back because it's just Walt Disney World is just it's incredible. It's just there's still no other place like it, and I appreciate it for that. But yeah, if you have any more specific questions, Tanya, I love those. Please, those are great. Is there anything in Walt Disney World that you do not like, won't do? Any restaurants you stay away from? Bada-bada-boo, bada-bada-boo. Yeah, no, Crystal, you're right. It is like Indy on steroids. What I won't do, probably like Astro Orbiter. I've done that like once in my life on like maybe one of the trip in 2020, and I was like, this is fine. A lot of those flat rides where it's just round and round. If it's Dumbo, sure, but the other ones I'm like, no. Won't do. There's a chance. Well, no, I don't know if there's anything like Walt Disney World specific that I'm like, no, thanks. Restaurant wise, even, I would be excited to go to almost any of those restaurants. I'm going to Epcot for sure. Oh yeah, we've got a reservation over there already. We're gonna try to get more for food. Hey, okay, I was trying to respond to you. Tell me how to pronounce your name. Is it Cicero? Tell me. And also, hello. It's always nice to meet a Kiwi. Am I saying that? I'm sorry if that's offensive. Cicero. Beautiful. Cicero. Well, thank you for dropping by. And like I said in that comment, if you do have questions for me, let me know. Happy to answer all of them. But also, I've got other vlogs too that might help too. Whatever works. I want you to come have a good time. Thanks for coming to the States. I love it when people come. Oh, you sent me something already? Okay, cool. I think I might skip Magic Kingdom altogether just because it's so crazy. Fair enough. Maybe just the President's thing is cool. Yeah, the President's thing is such a cool thing. Again, when you're older. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a video coming up about Liberty Square. Ooh. Spoilers. I'm trying to think. There's got to be something where I'm like, I will not do that. Is the Finding Nemo show back? It's good. I just don't think we'll do it. It's a long show. It's like 40 minutes long. It's very good though. Oh, there's probably some Pandora stuff, to be honest. I don't like stay away from it. I probably won't rush to Flight of Passage. I know, heresy, but like it's just not for me. And I do get sick on that ride. I call my Banshee Chum Bucket. Because every time I go on that, I'm like, no. I just wish, I don't know. I so many ideas of how I would plus that ride, but it's almost impossible. And they've done such a great job with it. So, and that ride will be popular. Not forever, but especially when these new movies come out, it's still popular, but it'll just be like, oh, yeah. Navi River Journey, however, I'm going to be on that one, baby. Maewa. To eat at Satuli Canteen because the food looks so interesting, but I really just liked all the food there. Crystal, we went there, we filmed it. I thought it was pretty good, but you didn't like it, huh? Your video on the new Disney park is pure genius. Disney needs to watch that one. Thank you, Tanya. I appreciate that. I worked really hard on it. And apparently they didn't see it. So, Disney, please. If anyone knows someone at Disney, Imagineering, maybe Bob Chapek, please send it to him or them or whomever. I don't even really need the credit. I just want people to be entertained. The villains need their own park. People complain about the intellectual property injection into the parks. Make a whole park that's based only on that. And to be honest with you guys, IP has been there since day one. Sleeping Beauty Castle, day one in Disneyland. That movie didn't come out for 4 years. So anytime I have a problem with intellectual property, I'm like, remember, Jim, it's based on intellectual property. So, don't forget. So, come on. Finding Nemo's back, I think they made it shorter. Okay. And not that it was bad. It was just like, it's a commitment. Because you're used to like maybe 20-minute shows at Disney. And they're always really good. But like that was like the puppets and all the songs. There's so many songs. It's like, wow. They really put on a show. But it is a lot. I remember seeing it with my friend Levi. And he was kind of like, how much longer is this going on for? I'm like, I've never seen this before. So I don't know. Man, I thought there was something in Walt Disney World that I just wouldn't do. I can't remember what that'd be. Brett Ewan himself, Jimmy. I'm sure he'll help you out. Is he one of their top Imagineers? I'm very close to Imagineering building. Or whomever, please. Please, I have ideas, Disney. Use my knowledge, I beg you. That's a little Star Wars line for you there. Yeah. But thank you, I appreciate you watching that. I made that video and I was so proud of it. And I was like, I just want people to enjoy it, get a kick out of this. I went a little extra with it. Oh, he's the voice of Mickey. Thank you. I'm sure he's got the clout. He walks in, he starts yelling in Mickey's voice. I've been 3 times in Orlando, just loved it. It'll be first time California parks. By the way, Epcot is my favorite park in Orlando. It's a park I enjoy to relax. Oh, yeah. New Zealand Pavilion when? You know what the problem is, though? They would never be able to do it justice because New Zealand has a lot of cool stuff in it, but a lot of it is like your beautiful landscapes, and like it'd be like we can't. That would be a small pavilion. Tanya, thank you so much. Tanya, we gotta hang out again. You could tell me, and then we could start workshopping this. I'd be like, all right, Tanya, what can we fix? What can we make better about this park? I would try to make the park the most convenient place as possible. I would try to think of everything to make everybody, like, if you try to make everyone happy, right, no one's gonna be happy. But like in a theme park, there's so many things where I'm like, we could make this better. Guest experience is the most crucial thing, really is. And right below that is your employee experience. If they're not having fun, they should be like at the same level as the guests, really. Like everyone's so important. That's the thing you gotta do. I watched that video too. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hey, Tani, you know what you are, though? You're my friend, and I appreciate that. That's very important to me. From Brazil? What? Oh, so you're not... Okay, cool. Move your 3... I know. Okay, Cicero, here's the deal. Lord of the Rings is my favorite movie trilogy of all time, and I will come there someday. And I will take the tour. I got to. Yes, good. Yes, you have to treat... They are so critically important. They're so important. Because if your employees aren't enjoying and you can tell, because I've had people talk to me about other places that, and I'm not referring to Universal or anything like that, but other like amusement style parks where you can tell people aren't happy working there, and you feel bad because you want them to have fun because it's a place supposed to be fun. But I've met plenty of Disney and Universal employees that are just wonderful people that just make the place sing. I know their names, and they make me want to go back there. You know, I want to go see my buddy Riley at the Mummy. I want to see Panthro up at Wizarding World. I want to see Vero working over Custodial at Critter Country. These are people that I look for. I'm like, where are they? Like, where are my people? I love them. I really do. So yeah, I can't thank those people enough because they work so hard. So hard. A Hobbiton video? You would just see me crying. I've thought about this video. I don't even know if I could make it. It would just be me just Oh, I hear the music. I can't. No. Oh, Lord of the Rings means so much to me. And I know I got to get through the books. I know it's like, how do you love the movies? You have the movies were just they are so impactful. They're so impactful. Oh, I love them. I love them. If I met Peter Jackson, I don't know, I would try my best to keep it together. I'd be like, "Hello, Mr. Jackson. Can I be in one of your movies?" No. Can I buy you anything you want in this world? Um, oh no. Crystal, you don't have to share, but if you want to, you can. But don't feel like you need to. I'm sorry to hear that. That's the thing I've noticed too, at places where it's like, especially for like restaurants on on theme park property, if you have just like a regular experience with whoever's serving you, and multiple times, or usually you get multiple servers, you get like one person taking your order, other people bringing the food out, so it's different, right? But if your experience isn't like better than a normal out of theme park experience, that can be something that kind of sticks with you too. You're like, oh, we paid a lot of money for that kind of situation, and I don't feel like it was the magical thing I was hoping for. But yeah, that's why I would just, and I've done some serving in the past, and I know serving's really hard, and there are many days that are really hard on people, and they deal with so much. So I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt because I've been there. I have been there. But I had a killer server over at Storytellers Cafe. I think it was over at the Grand Californian. So good. Incredible. ST. I met a lot of nice employees at Universal. Universal, like, yeah, they're bringing it. Yeah, totally, Tiny. Yeah, there's so much, and they have to feed so many. There's so many people. It's hard to understand the ins and outs of how those parks operate every day of the year. So I understand where sometimes it's like, yeah, maybe they weren't like they didn't have the time to be like, how are you doing? Like, tell me more about your day. Like, what are you like? I get where they have to think. You know, um, oh, yeah. It's like the thousandth time they've had to deal with that. That's tricky because once they got rid of magic bands, that's giving them out with resort stays. Yeah. Mm, hmm. Weird. Yeah. I've said this for a while and I still stand by it. This is how I feel. I wish that, and you'd get paid for it. I wish everybody in the States, maybe around the world, but mostly the States, United States, one day in retail and one day in merchandise. Just, you'll get paid for it. You can even pick the place. You could pick the place, but just one day in each. Just work one day in each. I think we would all get along so much better. There would be so much more kindness. Or you'd be like, yeah, yeah, a few years ago I did my day, you know, over at wherever. It was, you would be like, there'd be so much more sympathy, empathy. You'd be like, oh my gosh, yeah, totally. Because there have been so many times where, especially if I go solo to a place and I tell people to like take their time, if I'm like a solo table or if I'm being helped, merchandise or whatever, and they're just like, you can see the relief. They're like, oh, thank you. And I'm like, yeah, of course, I get it. Don't worry about it. There's no rush. We're in a cool place. You know what I mean? We're in a theme park. Let's have some fun. Let's all have some fun. I love it. I just love to engage with people. And Universal and Disney have been exceptional in finding a lot of people who do that very thing. Even again, like with their custodial staff. Probably not a job requirement in most places, but I think they look for people who are outgoing. Ugh, man. Love the custodial staff. I not this guy Ace, he swept my garbage up himself and took it away. I was like, that's magic. That is real life magic to me. Yeah, yeah. Uh, the Harry Potter or the Wizarding World people are just yeah, yeah. Again, Panthro. Shout out to Panthro. If you ever go to Universal Studios Hollywood and go to Wizarding World, you see Panthro. He's always typically wearing a big black cloak. He's got a full staff. Very kind, very fun. I was joking about live streaming, and he's like, so this is the device that contains all the water from the stream. And I was like, very good. I love a good pun. Yeah, they're just so great. I really like these folks. And yeah, it feels more community driven. You know, I get to be there more often, so that I feel like I'm kind of building, like I know people. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Good to see you again. Even if we don't exchange more than just like hello. Medical office. Oh yeah, totally. Oh my gosh. I bet. Especially when people are in pain, you know what I mean? Like there's like no patience, and that's too bad. Okay, that'll be the third day. Medical office. There we go. Oh my gosh. And again, you get paid for it. You get paid for it, you know? Just everybody just do your 3 day, 2 day, whatever. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I couldn't. I could not do that. I just couldn't. And again, I tell like I am not. I don't own anything in the parks or whatever. But I walk and when I see people when they're changing out the trash bags or whatever, for some odd reason, I feel compelled to say like you're doing a good job. And more often than not, the people who hear that they're like, thank you. Or I'll like once in a while I'll be like, you just made Walt proud. Like because he seemed to be very much like, I want to keep my park clean. And it's amazing to me that a thing that started in the mid 50s to this day exists and is still clean. Amazing. Like, that's a legacy. Like, everything else, obviously, is the stuff we know him for, but like, cleanliness of a park with that many people, thousands of people per day. That's incredible. That is incredible. My goodness. You know? I love it. I really do. I don't know. I don't know. One of my goals, though, for future, just so you guys know, is when I'm a famous film actor. I always say film actor. I could be TV. I don't care. Famous actor. I want to be able to like go around and make people's days. Like if I see a family having kind of an argument about something in a park or just in real life, I can walk and be like, "Hi, I hate to butt in, but I was wondering if you guys, there's that really nice restaurant right over there. Do you mind if, would you guys like to go eat over there and I'll pay for it? I'm not going to join you, but like you just go over there and eat. Just have a nice meal on me. You know? Be like, there you go." And then I could like skip away. I want to like be the genie and poof away, but I don't know if I'd be able to do that. Ooh, if I got like a fog machine or like smoke bombs. Wouldn't that be cool? That's one of my dreams. Dream maker. Jimmy Good, dream maker. Ah, thank you, Tony. No, it's just the truth. I would love to do that. I did. Oh, Crystal, I saw that and I was like, I want to do that. Yeah. Crystal is basically saying, if for people who haven't seen it, there was this guy who, some TikToker, vlogger, whatever, there's this older gentleman in a park and they clearly had I think they knew each other, maybe, or maybe it was a stranger, and he went up to him. There's this older guy in a wheelchair and he was like, hey, how are you doing today? And he's like, yeah, it's fine. I'm having an okay day. He's like, I was wondering if you would come to Disneyland with me today and we'll just go and have fun. And the guy was like, what? Nah, you can't be. You can't be serious. And then they go and they had this great day and the guy's like, it was one of the best days of my life. And I'm just sitting there like, yes. I'm like, that's the good stuff right there. I'm like, that's social media in a great way. Yeah. Yeah, he's like, do you really want to take me? That's what that guy was saying. I was like, Greg, thank you. I appreciate that. Tony, thank you. Tony's like, I've met him in real life. It's really just him. I'm like, hi. I just did the wave they do a lot on like the reality shows. I don't like to do this, but I did it. Yeah, I would love to do that sort of thing. Totally. I would love that. You know. Like, do you want to go to Disneyland? Where do you want to go? I'll take you wherever. Money's not a problem. Let's just go. Let's have some fun. Let's make a memory. Yeah. Benevolence. It's not overrated. That should be the new hip thing. Benevolence. Everybody's nice to each other. I don't want to sound preachy. Just that kind of stuff, it warms my heart. So Crystal, thank you. If you guys ever see that sort of stuff, send it my way. I love it. Making people's days. I love seeing that stuff. Yeah, it's great. It's great. Ugh, I love it. I love it. One day, guys, we're gonna rent out Disneyland. You're all invited. Actually, I don't know what the cap is on that. Not the price necessarily, but how many people you can bring with you if you rent out Disneyland for like 3 or 4 hours. People do it. Um, I just got to know the logistics. You know what I mean? Can I invite like 2,000 people? I don't know. Oh my gosh, to rent a Disney cruise ship? Oh my good. Okay, let's start with Disneyland, but then if that goes well, then we'll rent the cruise ship. I don't want to trap you guys on a ship with me for 6 or 7 days or whatever. Ugh, what a party that would be. Oh my gosh. I'd be like, everybody's in the vlog. It's called a viewer cruise. Do people do that? Are there streamers out there who are big enough to do that? Because if so, good on them. That's amazing. Yep. Wow. That's crazy. Cool. That's really cool. I know of people who've coordinated trips where they're like, all right, we're bringing all of us trying to get on the same one, but not one where they're like, we rented the whole thing. And just imagine running up and down a hallway in the cruise ship knowing that you owned all the rooms, or you're waiting for the guests to get there and you're like, they're coming. Yeah, Tanya, totally. Or we'd need to know some captain who's interested in retiring soon. Oh my gosh, it's almost 5 o'clock. That's what happens when you stay up till 3. Time is man-made construct. Yes. Okay. No, Carrie. We're going further than that. No, I'm renting the whole thing. You don't. Other people wouldn't need to rent it. I'd rent it. You'd just come with. Yeah. But you guys would probably already be on a cruise anyway. You go as long as my mom's on the cruise. My mom is the best. Lunchtime. Cicero, it's lunchtime. From Brazil to New Zealand. Cicero, that's fantastic. Good for you. I bet you've seen so many cool, wonderful things. Met a bunch of fantastic people, too. I'd love to go to Brazil someday. But New Zealand is like tip top of the... Well, okay. It's right under Tokyo. Japan is... like... Japan is going to be... I don't know if I'll come back. I don't know if I should go. I think it's maybe a better... I don't know if I should go, but I'm going to go. One day I'm going to go. Everybody check out Our Man in Japan on Amazon Prime. My buddy Jeff did not ask me to do that, but I keep saying that. Jeff and I are not formal friends. I have never met Jeff, so I don't want people to take that for serious. Tanya's Jeff. I like to think we are. Different Jeff. It's a different Jeff. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's Saturday. Oh, it's the next day. I was wondering, I was like, we have a pretty big ocean. Doing the same trip, New Zealand for Hobbiton, and if you were to go to Japan, it's like a 9-hour flight. It'll be fun. I've thought about that because we're like, you're not split in as many time zones then, right? Because like if you were to go to Japan and then come back and then, a year later or whatever and go to New Zealand, that's 2 like big trips. But no, Japan. I told my sister, who's been twice, they have nonstops out of Minneapolis where she lives, and she's talked about going. And she's like, we could go. And I'm like, we need to do 2 weeks. I need to do 1 week that's just Japan, Japanese culture, all that stuff. The old, the new, all of it. And then 1 week is just for Disneyland. Tokyo and Paris on my bucket list for Disney trips. Tanya, yes, me too. I want to go to Disneyland Paris with Michael Eisner. That is a dream of mine. That is a bucket list thing. That is pie in the sky because Michael is the guy who designed that park. It's kind of his baby. And I would love it. I would love it. So, Mr. Eisner, if for some reason you ever see this, I would love to go to Disneyland Paris with you. Thank you for all the cool attractions you made. And thank you for saving the company. He helped save the company a while ago. It's crazy. You guys ever go back in the history books with that? It's crazy. Him and Wells, they came in, saved the company. Crazy times. Crazy times. Yeah. Oh, Disneyland Paris. I've heard great things about Disneyland Paris. I was talking to Chris about this, Mr. Provost, and he was like, oh, yeah, you'd love it. He's like, he goes a lot, though. He's always going to Paris. I'm like, oh, you going back to Paris? Like, go out, go have fun in Paris, buddy. I'm envious. I'm envious. You know. Somebody feed Phil on Netflix. No, I haven't. I think I had that pop up as a suggestion. Is it like a travel food thing? I've always thought I'd be good at one of those. Exactly. Carrie, you get it. Yes, Ludovic. Ludovic, tour me around, please. I toured you around Universal. It's reciprocity. He was a good sport. They did not need me as a tour guide that day, but I was very grateful to be asked to come along. Chris is like, you're the Universal guy. You're my Universal expert. And I was like, yes, okay. Happy to be that. I was like, I had like a whole strategy and it worked out. I think we did everything in the park too, just about. Yeah. It was good. It was good. Good times. Yeah, they're fun. I think everybody here knows about the Provost, but if you don't know about Provost Park Pass, please go check them out. Go support my friend Chris. Ludovic, yeah. It's all about perspective. David, exactly. David, thank you. I don't want you to be envious, but I appreciate that you have an interest in the channel. Right? It is all about perspective. You're totally right. And I'm very lucky. I'm very grateful to get to do this stuff. And it's because of you guys too, not only where I live, but if there's no interest in it, I wouldn't do it. So thank you. Thank you for helping me do it. Oh, gotcha. Okay. King B, hello. Hey, it's Juan. Oh, Cicero, is that wonderful? I am very grateful to Chris for doing that. And I've talked about this a little bit. I've been helping film some of the videos for him over the past year that I've been here. I have not filmed all of them. I am not. They have multiple people to help with that. So I'm very grateful that he's allowed me to do that, and he kind of brought me into the fold. And it's very nice of him to feature me in some of the videos. And I want him to know, and I wanted you guys to know too, that my point to help him was because I was drawn to him and his personality. And I told him, I was like, I don't want you to think that I'm like trying to use your channel to like make my channel bigger. That's not it. And I've always told him this. I'm like, if it all evaporated tomorrow, if Disney were gone tomorrow, I'd still want to be your friend. Like that, he is my friend above all else. It just happens that we met this way, and I'm very grateful for it. My time with him is always very special and precious to me. So yeah, I'm very, very happy that we've gotten to hang out and work together, and we kind of have a similar vibe, you know. Juan, I did make it out alive. I did. Oh, Crystal, yes. I'm glad to hear it. That's good. We're all like-minded, you know? We're all like-minded in that way. I think that sort of kindness and that zest for life attracts the same types of people, and that's one of my favorite things about theme parks. Everybody's there for the same reasons, typically. So, yeah. I haven't spoken to Chris in a while, so I haven't been able to tell him that. Yeah, he's been very busy. I try to leave him to his stuff because he's always going. Thank you, Tanya. We've had it happen on one or two occasions where people are like, "You like father and son?" And I've always wanted to just like put my arm around him and be like, "Yeah, me and Dad." Your vibe attracts your tribe, totally. And show the happiness and enthusiasm of life. Yes, thank you, Sister. And that's just who we are. I don't want to be like I try to do that. It's just that's who I am. And I was raised really well. If you like me, watch the videos with my mom. That's the reason I am who I am today. The primary reason. You know, there's other factors, but yeah. But and like the nice thing is that for both he and I like to think myself. That's just really who we are in real life, you know? So we have a good time. Yeah. I miss him sometimes though. It's so funny because like you spend like a lot of time like filming stuff, and then it's like you go sometimes weeks, if not months, without hanging out. And then when you see him again, it's like, oh, hey, buddy, how have you been? What adventures have you been on? I saw the videos, but tell me. Yeah. So yeah, he's a very, very special guy. Very, very special. So yes, and you never know. Is he watching right now? Chris, you in the chat? No. Yes, Carrie, it was great to meet you guys. You guys are some of the first people who ever come up to me in the park and knew who I was. I was like, me? I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, are you sure? Oh my gosh, no, I can't. Oh, if I work, no, that's his thing. Oh my goodness. Next time in a time, no, okay, no, I've thought about doing this as a joke. No. See, here's the deal between Chris and myself. That would give him too much pleasure because I know he'd never dress up as me. I don't have like a look like that, but if I did that, I would hear about it forever. If we ever had like a moment of quiet in the future, he'd lean over and he'd be like, I liked that time you dressed up as your hero. And I'd be like, what hero? And he'd be like, me. And I'd be like, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to. Like, it was a mistake. Because I could totally do it. Anybody could dress up as him. That's the nice thing about it. Like, that's not a costume that you're like, okay, how do I, like... I've also thought, like, jokingly, if we, like, the thing is, I'm not at the same level as their channel, so it would not be, if I took over his channel for a day and he took over mine, it would be way more beneficial for me than it would be for him, so I wouldn't, like, not that it'd be wasting his time, but you know what I mean, like, I want there to be something there, but it's like, what if I dressed as Chris and I was pretending to be Chris in a secret reveal video, and I was Chris, like, I was acting as him, and then I'd be like, all right, Chris, you have to be me. I think I could do a pretty good Chris. I don't know if I would be curious to see his Jimmy. Because he always talks about how he doesn't like to do this. Just like talking to the camera, walking around. He's done it, and I think he's good at it, but... Because I see the intros, just the high energy, just pointing at the camera, and a lot of jumping around, and a lot of woohoo. Yeah. Yeah, acting competition. You know, I'm a pretty good Velociraptor. I think I could be a pretty good Chris, you know. No. But yeah, I always love our time together, so I'm hoping for more of it too. I don't know if it'll happen before the year's out, though. Yeah. But I'm hoping to do something with him again. I would love to do a full... We've never done like a full... I guess the closest thing we've done to like a collaboration is like when I helped kind of walk around like Universal and kind of help plan the day, but I would love to help him do another, like a video. But I filmed a lot of them, and that feels kind of like a low-key collaboration. The Dino competition was hilarious. That was so much fun. And that is one of my favorite things about Chris. He just has an idea, and he's like, we're going to do this. And you're like, yeah, sure. Can Chris do your adapt and overcome? I think he could try. I think he would give it a shot. It'd be very adorable. Ooh, that would be really fun. That'd be fun. The Christmas decor. Yeah, that should be going up very soon. Okay. I've got some puns myself. I've got some puns. I can usually keep up with Chris. Especially when the camera stops and he says a pun and then I throw one at him and he's like, and then we kind of go back and forth a little. It's like tennis, you know? Yeah, I think we have the same humor as well, which really works out. This day swap to happen. Again, I'm not gonna, no, it's just a weird idea because like people have said that to me in the past, like, why don't you dress up as them and just show up one day? I'm like, no. The only time I'd do that is for that video. It would have to be for a thing, you know? If I did it for Halloween, he'd be like, you're dressed up as your hero. You know. Crystal, I've done a little ghostwriting for Chris. A little ghostwriting. I can always tell when I get Chris with something because like he'll say a joke while I'm film or while we're filming, and then I'll say something else, and he'll go, "Ho ho ho ho." That's usually like a sign of acknowledgement. And I take it and I hold it for a rainy day. I'm like, rainy day. Not too many rainy days. Fun fact about the pin video, little behind the scenes for anybody who watched that. We did a video about trading pins, pin trading, and he took a bag of these pins and walked all the way back from basically the Disneyland Hotel into Frontierland, and he held it out, and I was supposed to film it. And so what he did, let's pretend that the mug was the pins. He would take it, and he's like, "All right, Jimmy, film this right here." And he would move it around. He'd go like this, and he'd move it around like this. And we did that whole walk all the way back. And I was like, I didn't think we were going to do this all the way back. And we looked like crazy people because we were like filming this bag of pins. I was like, oh. That kind of fun stuff. Memories. I don't know. He feels like family. I don't know. Hope he feels the same way. Sorry. Anyway, well, it's you guys. On a new challenge video, something like Churro Challenge. Gump, like I said, we were talking about pirates and beignets. Can we do that? That'd be fun, I think. Thank you. Yeah, we'll see though. But basically, any opportunity to hang out, I'll take. You know, we have a good time. That would work, yeah. Carrie, we've known each other. I don't remember. I've done 2 podcasts where they've been guests, and I found out about them during the beginning of the pandemic, and I reached out probably a little bit after that. I was like, hey, I'll ask them to be on the podcast. And I was like, man, they're never like, at the time, I think they were like right around 100,000 subs. And not that people with higher sub counts or whatever aren't going to come be on a show. But in my tenure on YouTube and all this stuff, I've noticed that like sometimes it's harder to get that because I get it because they're very busy and it's hard to be like, yeah, I want to be on a show where, maybe 15 people are going to listen. But they were like pretty quickly like, yeah, we'd love to. And they kind of found out about me, and so I've known them a little bit longer just because I've known their vlogs, but they found out more about me, and then had me come and film, and so we've known each other for getting close to 3 years. Oh, wow, it's a long time. Kind of, sort of. He's the sweetest. Yeah, he's amazing. So yeah, that's kind of that's that history there. I think that's about 3 years. Yeah, it's flown by. They're such lovely people. I haven't gotten to spend as much time with Amanda as I have Chris, but Amanda is also wonderful. Yeah, and Dave and Greg, I love those guys, and I have not spent like an inordinate amount of time with them. But Dave has such a great energy about him, and Greg was like, I felt like we were just buddies. Like right when we met, I was like, so that was it was really nice. It felt not like coming home, but it felt like, yeah, these are folks I could hang out with, and I hope they feel the same way. But you never know. Cosmic Rewind, yes, I'm doing that for sure. I'm going to try to do that. Are they still doing the boarding passes? Is that the thing? I'll try to get on it. I'm not going to be like, I won't be put or bent out of shape. I've heard people love it. I'm not sure how I feel about a reverse launch and then also kind of the movement on a roller coaster, but I don't know what to expect. Yeah, can you get it? Yes, they're great. Those guys and they're legitimately, you can, from, like, not that you didn't know that already, but, like, as someone who spent a little bit of time with them, they're just wonderful people. It was funny, the last time my mom came to visit, Chris was in the park and Dave was in the park. It was, like, D23 time. And I ran into Dave by myself, and I kind of chatted with him for a minute. And then later on, I came back with my mom and I ran to him again and I hugged him both times. And he's like, "Is this what we're doing? Every time I see you, we hug." And I'm like, "I don't know. I was like, I have to." Like, he seemed like a nice, like a guy you give him a hug. And he was so kind. Him and his wife, I was like, "You guys are great. They were so nice." I'm like, ugh. I just want to rides with these people. I don't even need to film it. Boarding groups, yes. Okay, so they're gone in the beginning of the day. Okay. Oh goodness. Okay, so what is it? The same like 7 o'clock? Is that what it is? Is that when they start? Katie and I did this 4 different times for Rise when you had to be in the park. So we Ubered over there 4 different times. And we did it and we got it every time. Katie was a real champ. Rise of the Resistance is a great experience and a pretty okay ride. It's like, you know what I mean? 7 and 1? Okay. And I'm guessing, do you have to be on property? Probably not. Be in your hotel room. Be like, I'll try for it. We'll have, let's see, one, two, probably like 8 chances altogether, maybe. We'll probably be at Epcot a lot. Is it weird that, like, is anyone here, have you done individual lightning lanes, anyone? There's like a part of me that like doesn't want to admit to it. Like I haven't done it, but I don't want to admit defeat to buy one. You know? Because I'm just like, man, like $20 to ride Rise of the Resistance. If you've never ridden it and you're only going to do it once on your trip, totally. I've done it. So I'm like, even for Guardians, which I've never ridden, I just don't know if I'd do it. Do you know? Does that make sense? Wow, you got 6? Molly. I've reached out to Molly. I'd love to do something with Molly at some point. Molly's cool. She's also a dog person. Shout out to Molly. Hi, Molly. Oh, you haven't run Guardians yet? Okay. Carrie, you'll get to it. Hey, Naomi, welcome back. Yeah, we're just chatting. I think I still have battery life. I do. On Christmas Eve, you got Rise Group 6. Merry Christmas. It's nice now, like, I don't tell people when I bring them to the parks about Rise, and then we just go on it. We'll wait the 40 or 50 minutes. And so they don't know what to expect, and then they're usually like, wow, that was incredible. And I was like, yeah, I didn't want to hype it up, but it's nice to see it through new eyes, because I know all the beats, I know what's going to happen, and I like to make jokes, which does help some of the people who are on them for the first time. I try not to be annoying, but some people, it seems to bring them comfort. Some people do seem stressed out. So I try to be that Star Wars comic relief, because one day I will be in Star Wars. I'm going to be a Sith, and I'm going to cut people down. Dirt. It's going to be great. Oh, yeah. I love it. What did I miss here? Paper Genie Plus, but we didn't buy any. Yes. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, see, Crystal, I'd be better with that versus, because I've done Max Pass in the past. Max Pass was insane. Back, and this is pre-pandemic, Max Pass, $10 for a day. I think it was 10 or 15. I don't know. Could get fast passes at either park. You got Photo Pass built into it. It was insanity. It was so good. Do you like the rope drop for Rise in Disneyland? Cicero, yes, it is. It totally is. A lot of people do that. And in a lot of my videos, even though I haven't really shown that as much, you'll see them line up in front of Frontierland. So Cicero, totally. Totally. But what I've noticed, Cicero, is that the line can be long in the beginning of the day if you're not really in the front of that pack. So sometimes it's smarter to wait until later and then go back when it's like 40 or 50 minutes. Because that doesn't seem like a long time to wait. And once you're in the queue, it's pretty cool. Like, it's nice. So, yeah, that's my recommendation. Oh, nice. Guys, like, I can't. Max Pass was so powerful. And the other thing on top of it, most of the locals didn't seem to like it or use it as much. So if you had it, you felt like you were breaking everything. You were just like, I remember being in Big Thunder's line and getting a fast pass for Incredicoaster. I was like, boop. And I just ping pong. I'd be like, I'll go over there. Come back over here. It was aces. I loved it. It was so good. It was so good. Yeah. I've never done a Genie or Lightning Lane, even alone Disneyland August. Did all those rides. See? That's not a girl, Naomi. I'm proud of you. I'm so proud that you went and you also you did it. Good for you. And I'm not saying that Genie Plus and individual Lightning Lanes are bad. They're just not something I'm interested in because I go frequently enough. And they don't. I've talked to people who never come and they're only there for like 3 days and they use it and they love it. Sister, yeah, please, if you have more questions, buddy, I'm happy to ask. Dude, the old Fast Pass, guys, I could tell you stories about the old Fast Pass. Back in the day when it was completely free and you had to go get the paper tickets. Survival of the fastest. That's how it used to be. That's how I was raised in the fires of Florida. I was raised on paper Fast Pass and scouts. You would send a scout to a different attraction with everybody's card to get in the park, and they go to a different attraction. You'd go get those Fast Passes and you meet up with them. I've never felt more thrill in a Disney park. Never. Oh, wow. That's fast, Kimmy. In Disneyland and DCA, my favorite ride might be Pirates. I love it so much. If it's not Pirates, it's probably Matterhorn. What do you think has changed that makes Genie Plus not as great as a Max Pass? Obviously, it's a bit more expensive, and you don't get the Photo Pass. And then also, isn't it only per one park, or does it work for both? I don't remember. Does Genie Plus work for both parks? Oh, we're back. I'm sorry. I'm back. Yeah, it was like a game. Naomi, it was like a game. Exactly. Fast Pass, we're going to get to them. Oh, Crystal, you're like me. Yes. Oh my goodness. I was a panther in my prime. Oh man, in my natural habitat, just moving and shaking, bobbing and weaving. I've got everybody's tickets in one hand, all the Fast Passes in the other. Genie Plus works for both parks? Okay, see? Shows what I know. I never use it. Yeah, I guess those are the two big things that I've noticed. And also, I feels like there's been a surge of people who use it. And I could be way off on this, but the times when I used to visit and I would get Max Pass in the years past, it did not seem like a lot of people were using it. Now when I've seen it, I've seen lines that are crazy long because everyone, like a ride reopens and everybody converges on it or whatever else. But those lightning lanes, I've seen them, I'm like, ooh. Yeah. Only ride each attraction once with Genie Plus. That's another thing too. Yeah, because you can't circle back around. You can't be like, I'm getting an Indy for the beginning of the day and Indy later on in the day. Max Pass was just power. It was power. Exactly, Tanya. So what it does is, unfortunately, it seems this way. Again, I don't know because I don't use it. So please don't. It's not like Jimmy said this, so it must be true. But it seems like the people who are paying for the Lightning Lane aren't. It's not always as convenient. It is faster than the regular line, but then the people who are waiting in the regular queue line, that line bumps up in time. So sometimes, and I've had this happen on Space Mountain. April, how are you doing? Thank you for dropping by. But you'll get in line for it, and it'll say 35 minutes, and then you wait upwards to an hour because a bunch of Lightning Lanes come back in, and they let them through because they get priority, because they paid for it. I totally get it. So sometimes queue lines can inflate dramatically while you're in them without you realizing it, and you're like, what the heck's going on? So it's tricky. It's a newer world. We're all getting used to it, and I get it. And I keep trying to remind myself, we don't need to go to these places. We get to. We pay to go there. It's not a right, you know what I mean? So I just try to roll with the punches. Try to roll those punches. Max Pass we got Tuesday in 2019 was great. Yeah, totally right. Genie Plus, the ability, or Genie Plus that the standby lines are too long. Totally. Exactly. Yeah, if you don't get Genie Plus, you won't do as much. Yeah, totally. Um, a cheapskate, so I actually scanned my ticket again at the FastPass kiosk to get the not a FastPass ticket. Use them as souvenirs. That's very funny. We must go. Where, Tiny? Where are we going? Um, April. See, yeah, space. I feel like is one of the bigger ones that happens with, and maybe it's all of them. But I've seen Big Thunder Mountain queue lines, and it kind of off-putting because you see it, the lightning lanes that go like down towards the exit of Big Thunder from the entrance, and you're like, ugh. Or Indy is like that sometimes. No fast pass or anything because the standby line just keep moving and feels faster. Yes, that's a huge thing too. And I understand the thing is when they originally introduced Fast Pass back in the day, I think it was to kind of it was at that point where Disney, especially Walt Disney World, was getting more and more popular, but there were people who were just like, I'm not willing to wait in this line, and it was a very like, here is a thing that's free. If you use it, it's like mobile order. It's going to make your experience better, right? Like easier. And and when they introduced that as a free service, eventually it probably was going to come to this because it's something that money can be made on. And I always hope that, like it'd be so cool. Like I know this is not how it works, but this is how I'd love it to work. If there were so many lightning lanes or whatever, and they were like, you know what? Man, we've got this much extra revenue for Big Thunder. Let's add this thing. Or like, oh, Indiana Jones, this is how much they made over a month in just Lightning Lane alone. Let's do this in the ride. You know what I mean? I would love that. You know what I mean? They're like, well, people really like this ride. I'm not saying they should abandon the rides. It's like, well, none of the Fantasyland dark rides have Lightning Lane, so too bad for them. But yeah, I don't know. What did I miss here? Did I miss anything? If I missed something, please let me know. You missed Max Pass April. It worked great. It was cheap, and you could use the free version if you wanted. Super long, yeah. I also wonder too, does anyone use just the Genie app to let them plan their day? Is that part of this too, that people like why lines are the way they are? 3 hours. Oh my gosh. So Crystal, I don't know if you saw one of the last videos where this happened, where I was going to get in line and the single rider was 50 minutes. It was backed up all the way to where you enter. And I was like, that's too rich for my blood. I was like, no. Oh, you got an issue with the mobile order? Yes. Going with a group of people who pay separately. Oh, totally. Yeah, that's where I think unfortunately if you do that, you kind of have to you have to pre-plan it and say you're gonna have to Venmo me. I know there's not a perfect system yet. I would love that, and maybe Disney one day will have a thing where you can exchange funds within the app to other people in your party. That'd be kind of cool. I'm sure there's a bunch of legal and monetary problems with that, but little helpful. Notifications when it's a good time. Oh, really? Naomi, which attractions do you remember? Wait. Rayan, Genie planning your day is ridiculous. Try it someday. It is so funny and not good. Okay, I'm getting mixed results. I like this. We could do this, and I know other vloggers have. All right, Genie, plan my day. I don't know. That might hurt my heart. I'm like, it's time to go to Pirate's Lair, and I'd be like, no. Jimmy, it's time to go on Pixar Pal Around. No. Group orders, yes. Carrie, I think that's something that's coming, and still a lot of people aren't using it. But then I was trying to figure this out recently, because it didn't make sense in my brain, and I was not giving people enough credit. The Mint Julep Bar at Disneyland is a very popular place, and I oftentimes see a very long line for it, and no one in the mobile order line. But some days, while it has been as easy as for me to go, I want mint julep, I hit button, I go up to mobile order, grab it, and leave. Some days that happens. Other days, though, more recently, I've noticed a lot of it's because the line or the queue to come back is 2 hours from now. They're like, well, if you want your beignets, it's going to be 2 hours from now. So I get why people wait in that line because they're like, well, I kind of want that now. And in 45 minutes, I will be even hungrier. So they need more than one mint julep bar. That is the Tanya. 10 points to Slytherin. That's what I'm talking about. That's great. Yes. Please. Please. Put one in Pooh Corner when Tiana is taking over. Tiana's juleps. Ah, April. I see. I know what you mean. It's tricky, right? Tropical Hideaway. No, Tropical Hideaway does not have mobile order, and that's maybe why the lines are usually shorter. But I wish it did. Tropical Hideaway, guys, is just. Ooh. If they had like fruity drink mixes there besides the Dole Whip, it'd be perfect. How about other parks? Six Flags, you like it? When I was in Orlando and Tampa, I went to Busch Gardens. I loved it. Which other parks do you recommend? To be honest with you, Cicero, I have not been to Six Flags. I'm not so much an amusement park guy. I know it's a huge blind spot in this whole thing. I had a friend who went there recently, and Kaylee, and she just said, like, if you want to go for roller coasters, then Six Flags is the place. I think Knott's Berry Farm, from what I've seen, is kind of a mix. They do some of the theming, but then also they've got the big roller coasters too. So I don't know. I can't really recommend those other ones so much. But if you're coming to town, consider coming up to Universal as well. I think you'd have a good time. Which is a theme park versus amusement park. I know it sounds like I'm splitting hairs, but there is a difference. Back and forth all over the park and eating at strange times. Yeah, exactly. I've done it, and I'm like, eh. Hungry Bear Restaurant or whatever to Tiana's place, sell beignets, mint juleps, sell some more gumbo. So much property that they should build a new park. Help with the crowds in the other parks. Crystal. Villainous Kingdom. I'm just going to keep saying it until they make it. They need a mint julep bar in Walt Disney World desperately. I think the only place they sell beignets right now is Port Orleans. 10 points to Slytherin. If you tell me your houses, every time you guys make a good suggestion, I'm gonna give you stuff. Yeah, another mint julep bar here. And I'm sure there's a reason for it. Like, you don't want to do, like, there's so much demand. If you give too much supply, that could backfire. But with the mint julep bar, I just, it's so tiny. They're overcome right now, and they could use a secondary location totally. Oh no, really? Whoa, I haven't seen that. That's so sad. Oh, I hate to hear that. Discovery Cove? It's great too, no rides. That's in Florida though, right? I did, Naomi, and I was going to respond to it. Thank you so much for watching that. I'm glad that you went back to it. I'm sorry, it's kind of a longer video. Hufflepuffs here. No surprise. Love it. World needs more Hufflepuffs. I just put that up as a TikTok. It's great. Mint juleps and beignets. They could open 3 more, and they would have all headlines. It's like Starbucks. If they open more, there'll just be more people to fill. Bubble tea shop in San Francisco. Oh, that'd be fun. You guys go there. I'll go get my memory refreshers. Naomi, again, not a surprise. Joe's a Gryffindor, right? I think it's Gryffindor. Yeah, I think I like that idea with the Hungry Bear. Again, I think my idea is very smart. Just we move Winnie the Pooh over to Pinocchio. Pinocchio's gone. I'm so sorry. But then we make a dark ride for Tiana that shows her Princess and the Frogging in the movie, and then right next door is her sequel ride. And then Hungry Bear is your super big mint julep bar / beignet stand / gumbo stand. What do you think of my guest on shooting range idea? Love it. Oh, can we add on to it? Is it a bunch of pictures of the heroes? They probably wouldn't let us do that, but that would be very fun. It's like, oh, those darn heroes. He's a Slitherdor. Okay, so I was half right. Slitherdor. That sounds like that's a combination. I haven't heard that one yet. Slitherdor. You married a Slitherdor? I love it. Yeah, yeah, we're going on and on about this, but again, if you haven't seen the Villainous Kingdom video, I'm very proud of it. I made it a while ago, but Disney is kind of doing that maybe in the back portion of Magic Kingdom eventually with an expansion. It's not enough. Whatever they put back there, people will flock to it, and it will not be big enough. You love the Hungry Bear onion rings? Hungry Bear and Winnie, I love. And Splash Mountain, I love. I do really love Critter Country, but I understand that it will shift here in a big way. So, yeah, yeah. That mint julep bar thing, though, Tanya, brilliant, brilliant. Naomi, it's too late now. She's like, I already said I do, and he's like, I'm a Slitherdor, and you're like, what have I done? And I was like, 10 points to Slitherdor. Oh my gosh, how are we doing on battery life here? We've been going for 2 hours. You guys are amazing. Thank you for being here. You guys don't know how much it means to me that, like, when I check my phone, there's like comments on YouTube and stuff. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, how people are watching. 50 points. I'm not giving 50 points to Slytherin. That's a ton of points. You get 10. That's a lot of points, right? For a year? We're only in October. You remember that first movie where that really was a big deal? And they were so worried about the House Cup and whatever? And then, like, later on, people stopped caring. Like, Gryffindor won that first one because Dumbledore's like, Gryffindor wins. Slytherclaw. See, I feel like the different responses for all the houses that they won, Slytherin's like, yes! Gryffindors are like, of course. Hufflepuffs are like, we appreciate it. And the Ravenclaws would be like, there are way more important things than this. Take on Tarzan Treehouse. Freshbake said it was going back to Swiss Family and do a remake or reboot of it on Disney Plus would make sense. What's my take on it? I liked Tarzan's Treehouse. I like the idea of having similar attractions in both parks in the States on both coasts, but that are different in execution. You know, Tarzan, Swiss Family Robinson, Indy, Dinosaur, Autopia, Tomorrowland Speedway. But that last one wasn't as good. But yeah, if they do that, that would be an interesting move. I know a lot of people were hoping for Encanto. I don't know. I just don't know why they like. I really like Tarzan, but you know, I'm just one person. So whatever it is, I hope it's cool. I hope it's really cool. And I'm glad they freed up that space. Because if they put that thing back in there, people would be like, why is there this big stump I have to walk up? Side note, I've met Fresh Baked. He's a very nice guy. Waste ride time on that treehouse, so I think I went out once. Nice. Your dad, Tanya. Sounds like my kind of guy. Your Scar Pride Rock Show, it'll go right next to the Scar roller coaster that people were talking. Was that one of the ones I talked about? I think it was. It's been a while. I'm telling you guys, a elephant graveyard roller coaster would be cool. Maybe I didn't say that in that. I don't remember. I didn't talk about shows. I didn't think about the shows. They got to do big villain shows. You know what's funny to me? Side note here. Scar, like, out of all the Disney villains, you know, he's stronger than any like regular human villain, but compared to like the magic users, he's not, you know, he's not going to compare. But he's one of the few Disney villains to like win for a bit and actually take somebody out himself. It's like, ooh, that's brutal. Naomi, you're too kind. Your words about the quality and quantity of the videos, they mean a lot to me. I've been working hard. I don't know. I just want to entertain folks. That's the whole goal. So thank you. First time I went, besides that the castle's so small. Yeah, that's the first thing I thought, Crystal. The first time I went I was probably like 11. Trying to remember back to it. I remember it being mysterious. I remember thinking about Indiana Jones, that being different than I thought it was going to be, because I was told it was like a minecart thing, and it's not like the one in Paris. Um, but it was pretty cool. I remember, I think, thinking like I was like, it's small, I was used to the grandeur of Florida, and I I don't know. I've really come to love Disneyland, and actually now I'm probably at the point where I've gone to Disneyland more than Walt Disney World. And I've fallen in love. I really have. Disneyland is it's it's like one of my heroes' dreams come true, you know? And it's just cool to get to walk around in that. It's so inspiring. Like if you ever have a bad day or think things aren't possible, it's like, yeah, you and I aren't Walt Disney, but like it's amazing. It's amazing. Whoa, you met a human that reminded you of Scar, Tanya. Good or bad? Scar's kind of fun. And sometimes when I'm dealing with my little precocious nephew, there's moments where I want to give the Scar retort or response. Oh yeah, Crystal, he's super villainous. Totally. I'm just saying power level wise. Like, yeah, he'll take out the Wicked Queen, but against Maleficent, he doesn't stand a chance. Not a chance. Dragon versus lion. Oh my gosh. It looked cool for a second. All I'm saying is Prince Philip was so lucky that the three good fairies were there because he would have been done like 5 times over before he got back to the castle. Yeah, and I don't try to evangelize Walt or make him bigger than he was, but he was at the time and still is kind of the closest thing to this legendary figure who touched all of our lives and continues to do so. And that's just so amazing for one person to do. And he had a lot of help as well, but yeah, it's cool. It's just cool to see. And I want to go on that tour someday. I'd love to see the apartment and everything. And um, yeah, I hope to. That'd be fun. I don't think I can vlog that, but I do have such an appreciation for Disneyland. Um, it's very quaint and very sweet, but it has a lot going for it. And they really have to work hard to get people to keep coming back. You know what I mean? Because they have the locals, right? They have to make sure things are really good. Not that Walt Disney World doesn't, but when I went to Disneyland, there seems like there's more effects and there's more things in their attractions that are like, you gotta get over here. That human is horrible too, the Scar human. It's a place to leave the world behind, a place where magic lives and people are happy. It's a place of positivity and leaves a mark on your heart. Yeah. I'll tell you this. I had a friend who used to go a lot, and he said, like, you get into Disneyland and you just. So every time I walk into Disneyland, I point at the sign, you know, here you leave today and enter the lands or the realms of fantasy. It was yesterday, tomorrow, and fantasy or something. And once I get in, I'm like, I'm back. Roy, no, of course not. No, no, no. If this would not have happened without Roy. No, of course not. Roy was such a big deal, such a big deal. And of course, we all talk about Walt, but they were a package. And very similar to Eisner and Wells eventually. But no, Roy was instrumental. Would not have happened. Walt would have, he was, if Walt was the conductor, Roy was the engine. Like, you know what I mean? Walt's like, we're going to go here. And just Roy's like, okay, we'll make it happen. There was no way this would have happened. Walt was a dreamer, and he could not crunch numbers and do business that Roy could. And yeah, what a pair. And the fact that Roy came out of retirement, changed it from Disney World to Walt Disney World. That's very important to remember. That's why I always try to say Walt Disney World. And then a few months later passed away. It's like that was his last big thing he did, and it was like, all right, Like, come on. Yeah. And if you watch that opening day speech by Roy for Walt Disney World, while it is a happy day, there's still this kind of like feeling, you know? It's like it's been 5 years, but still there's this like, yeah. I don't know. It's just, it's beautiful to see family like that. The Imagineering story is so good, and here it is, guys. It's not enough. Again, we need more. Or behind the attraction, we need it for every different. And also, guys, listen to me now. Help me out with this. If anything else, you don't need to help me. Exactly. And maybe there's a better way to talk about that, Naomi, like, because Walt was a train guy, so maybe it's like Walt was the conductor and Roy was like the engineer. Maybe that's better. But anyway, one of my dreams is for Chris to have a Disney Plus show. So if anybody out there knows anybody in the Disney Plus realm, that man would make the best 10-part, multi-season, whatever you want to call it, show for that service. He just would. And I think it would be even cooler if he got to go to different parks around the world and he would be like, we're doing Secrets Revealed of Journey to the Center of the Earth. That would be one of the coolest things to watch on Disney Plus. It just would be. Everyone would be interested. Like, it would be fascinating. I don't know. He's got so much potential, that guy. Oh, so much potential. And he does so much good right now. But anyway, sorry, that's what I just was thinking about that, the Imagineering story. I want more Disney Plus shows that cover the attractions. As someone who goes a lot, it's still interesting to see, you know? To visit the Disney Family Museum in San Francisco. Yes, you must go. Yes. Purely Disney history based on Walt's career. Yes. That is like one of the things that compels me to go back to San Francisco. I went there once when I was a kid, but I want to go back for that. I wish it were down here. And I know there are reasons why it's not. I don't know what those reasons are, but I don't know if it's like family stuff up there or I don't know. But I will for sure go there. I'll be like, where is it? Where's the museum? One Man's Dream is like a small version of that, which I love. And I wish, I've had other people say this too, it should be like required before you go in the park. They're like, walk through One Man's Dream, get an appreciation for how this stuff came to being, and now go enjoy the rides. But yeah, I don't know. That history, man, it's so important. It's so important. It's so cool too, you know? It's fascinating. It's fascinating. Thank you, Greg. Thank you for reminding me of that. If I go up to San Francisco sometime, do it. Oh, cool. What kind of special presentations? Thank you, Naomi. No, it's true. It's so true. I would do whatever I could to make that happen if I could help him. I really would. Yeah, man. Again, it's not enough. I'm like, because I watch these other shows and I'm like, they're good. Like, this is fine. But I'm like, no, Chris, you should be doing that. And I don't know what to do besides go grab the gate at Disney and be like, make this happen. And be like, there he is. He's back again. You live near San Francisco and love going to the museum when you can. Oh, Rayanne, that's amazing. I love that so many people who are watching this are from all over the world, but also in California, too. Giving me ideas. Histories of movies that Walt worked on, most recently, The Jungle Book. Oh, my goodness. And some of the reutilized footage they used, like Robin Hood, which I'm okay with. Inspirations of every character, development of... Amazing everything. Triumph of the American Imagination years ago, and I loved it. Read it again. I love so much about Walt before the Disney brand. Exactly. because that's the hard thing to remember, is that it's still called the Walt Disney Company, but like it's one of the few companies around still that has like the name of the person, and it's changed. Chris and I are the same because we're both others centered. We're charismatic. Thank you. Well, the thing is, everybody's important. If you ever think you're not important, you are. And if it's like, oh, there's no one in my life who'd say that I'm important, you're important to me. So don't forget that. A Jimmy Fan Day. Oh my gosh, Greg, hanging out in San Francisco with you guys. Oh, that'd be so much fun. I'd be like, whoa. It wouldn't even be a Jimmy Fan Day. It'd just be we're buds hanging out. All right, I would love it. Let's go get some Ghirardelli chocolate. Is that? Can we go get some free samples? Are they still doing free samples? To be honest, it's one of the biggest draws for me. Like, I'm like, they're like, sir, have you been in here before? And I'd be like, I just want some more peppermint. Thank you, Naomi. I appreciate that. We're both working on it. And by working on it, mate, we're both doing it. We're both doing it. I'm getting there, closer and closer. I'm going to post you guys some more commercials. I got another one coming out soon. It's exciting. Yep. It's going to be good. And I'm so happy because you guys are here and you're part of this. You're part of the journey. You're a big part of it. I would not stream for 2.5 hours on a Friday in the corner of the apartment for no reason. I keep checking my battery life. I'm like, is it going to die here? I think we're still good. If you guys need to go and enjoy your weekends, though, please do not feel like you need to stay here. If you have any other questions about Halloween Horror Nights or anything, I will also answer them. I'm sorry, that was kind of earlier. But thank you, Naomi. That means a lot to me. Your words, and you'll send me a message every once in a while that really bolsters my spirit. So thank you. Thank you so much. Walked in there, they weren't handing out any chocolate. Oh, my Lanta. That's very sad. Simple Green, yes, I did Simple Green commercials. Also, if you guys want to look it up on YouTube, you can just look it up. Look up Simple Green. I'm on one of their one of the videos. If you have to look under videos, you'll find me. Yes, Tanya, it's been so much fun, and I don't want to do this too much where it's like just me sitting here because I don't want you guys to get too bored. But I was like, I need to live stream once a week, and I did it last night, but also I didn't feel like it was enough. So you guys are just so important, and I want to make sure to do a lot before I go out on the trip. You know. Tanya, have die beste time. My German is rough, but I know a little bit. Sehr gut, ja. Los geht's. You can say that. You can make Los geht's. My German friends found it very charming, my little German phrases, because they're like, we don't talk like that. And I'm like, I know. Like, they didn't say it, but I knew they didn't. Rayan, thank you. My gosh. This also gives me hope that if I can keep people's attention for 2.5 hours this way, maybe they'd watch a movie that had like lines and action and stuff for 2 hours. That I'm in. Like that works too. I'm like, we got like 30 people who'd come see it. Trip, you going home? Yeah. So April, next week I'm going down to Florida to meet up with my mom, my stepfather, my sister Katie, and her son Asher, my nephew. So we're doing a Walt Disney World trip. It's going to be great. Because all that really matters to me is seeing the family. Oh, gosh. Especially Mom. And I just saw her, like, a few months ago. But, man, the distance, I don't know. I can feel it. Yeah, it'll be great. I told her, I'm like, I'll just sit on a bench with you. I don't care. We don't have to do anything. We'll do things, but, yeah. Yes. Well, that's the thing. Be in a movie and have lines. That's the trick. I've been in a couple movies. I just haven't had lines yet. That's why commercials are fun. I get to talk. Because I can do that. Yes, thank you. I will. And like I've been telling people, April, I'm going to try to live stream a little bit from there too. I don't know when. Probably once, maybe twice. We'll see how it goes. And there might be times too where like the family heads out early for the night and they're like, do you want to stay? Like... you and Katie can go, or you and Mom are going to go hang out doing a live stream. Because my mom, she was kind of at first like, I don't know if I like this whole live streaming. Like she wasn't against it, but she was kind of hesitant. And then we started doing it that night that Nate Morrow found us. And she had a great time talking to you guys. And she's like, that went by so fast. I'm like, yeah, like it's like, it's so fun. Not yet, Carrie. Yeah, because you guys did some extra work, right? Rayanne, no worries. No worries. The hope is one day I will be unavoidable. I'm just kidding. That'd be horrible. Have fun. Exactly, right? Mom is the best. She should have her own channel. She should. Greg, well, you know what, man? Have you done community theater? There are some incredibly talented people who do that stuff. So, I don't know. There's always time. Greg, it is absolutely never too late if it's something that's truly in you. I did some of that play stuff back when I was a kid, and it didn't really jive with me. But this stuff, movies, I love it. I'm a perfectionist. Give me multiple takes. I need them. I want them. You quote Hamlet? Oh, classic. That's wonderful. Am I originally from Florida? No, I'm from Minnesota. We used to go down to Florida a lot because it was much cheaper to go and actually stay on property. And if you had annual passes, it really wasn't that big of like a deal. Now it jumped a lot in price. Oh my goodness, Tanya, no. Thank you so much. Oh, Tanya, hold on. Hold on, Tanya. Tanya, before you go. Hold on. I know you saw it the other day, Tanya. Tanya. Everybody thank Tanya. Tanya, thank you so much. Tanya, you're too kind. Tanya, okay. So here's the backpack, right? You saw it the other day. I was going to use this for horror nights. I put everything in here and I couldn't fit it. So I'm going to use it for other, like I will use it for the parks. I just was bringing too much. Like the wand, this wand, it was too much. It was too much for the backpack. Let's see. What is this? Jimmy, this is random, but I saw a cloud on my way home that looked like the Matterhorn. Please. Again, Tanya, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Mint julep and for Orlando. Mint julep money, thank you. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you so much. Thank you. Please, give Tanya some love. Yes, Tanya, my best to Jeff, my best to everybody at the German restaurant tonight. Have fun. Yes, los geht's. Dankeschön. Yeah, okay, sorry, I saw there was another thing there. That just touched me. If you want to come to New Zealand, I just discovered after I arrived here how big the film industry is. Lots of movies and series are made here, lots of opportunities. Yes, that's one of my things I really want to do with acting is to use Los Angeles as a springboard to the rest of the world. And so I'm very hopeful that I'll be able to shoot over in New Zealand one day because I will go and then they'll be like, all right, Jimmy, you get a couple days off here in between while we're filming stuff or whatever and shooting. And I'll be like, and Lord of the Rings time. I'd be like, where are the Lord of the Rings things? Because I will go there and I will weep. I will weep. Cicero, I've always wanted them for Hobbiton to start paying people like once a day. You could fight orcs. Like orcs would invade Hobbiton and you could pay to fight them. You guys are from Minnesota. Oh, you're Minnesota Twins too? Hey, I'm a Minnesota Twin. Yeah. No wonder we get along. Tanya is amazing. Tanya is amazing. Can confirm. We do love you, Tanya. Thank you. We do. I'm so happy. I've gotten to meet so many of you in real life. I'm hoping to meet all of you eventually. It's just like, it's a real treat because all of you are even better in person. Like every single one. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, what's going on? Like, it's like this magical place and this magical medium bring people together sometimes. Wow. And now I feel like I need to play with the wand some more. All right, we'll do a few more questions. It's almost 6 o'clock. Maybe that's a good time to stop. Be going all night with you guys. But if you guys like this sort of thing, then maybe I could do like this once in a while occasionally. You know. Naomi, keep me posted, please. I will do my best, especially if it's early December. because it's probably looking like later in December I'm going to be home for the holidays. I always am. I've never missed a Christmas with mom. I don't plan on it. And also, I would never want to do that. It'd be very not scary, but okay. Keep me posted. Cicero, yeah. So I normally do one. Oh, Bethany. Bethany was like, no, I don't want to stop streaming. No, stop it. Bethany, you okay? Beth? Oh my gosh.